Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, happy Monday. We are back at it again with some Utawarerumono Mask of Deception. How are you doing? I believe I'm fighting the first stages of being sick. It is very unfortunate. Yesterday, right after stream, while I was just like chilling playing Minecraft, was getting like a slight cough. So we think, at least I think, right? I might be starting that like rough sick times again. Unfortunate. I feel like it hasn't been very long since the last time I was sick. But I made a ton of soup. I had like 2 bowls today, which does mean that I have eaten. Had some like Theraflu. Was out for like a really, really long time too. Like we started a little bit later because turns out perhaps Adobe may have caught on to my antics and we had to figure out a situation to make new thumbnails. So that ended up taking like another like 15 minutes from 8 o'clock, which was the ideal. And I don't even think 8 o'clock was the right time on the schedule. Like I think I said I was going to start like 7:30, so we're like maybe over an hour at this point. But we'll just excuse that for like me trying to take care of myself. Rare W. Oh, and while I was out getting ingredients for the soup, I stopped at Starbucks. I've never actually been in a Starbucks and like bought stuff out of Starbucks before. I wasn't sure what to get. So I ended up getting this like caramel macchiato thing. And then after taking a sip of it, I realized like, oh, that's really strong. I maybe didn't know what a macchiato was. It was just kind of words to me. I was like, oh, macchiato, like Macchius from Trails of Cold Steel. So we picked that up. And yeah, we're not used to like strong coffee taste yet. Especially considering that like Starbucks is probably not known for its strong coffee taste. So if that was too much for me, we have a long way to go before we can just start drinking coffee black. Ended up having to go home and like add a little bit of like half and half to it to like actually make it palatable for me. But yeah, not too much going on today. It was just kind of like, that was most of my day. Spent like a good like hour-ish cutting up ingredients and getting like the soup all prepared. I need to learn how to make like more personal size servings of soup, because whenever I make soup, I just make it in a big old pot, and it's probably enough to last me like a week and a half. And I don't think you're supposed to be eating the same meal for that long, at least from like food safety standards. Like I know in a little while I'll probably end up having to put that guy in the fridge. I'm just letting it cool down. Still really, really hot. But yeah, anyways, gosh, what was the last thing that happened? We finished the envoy from Tuskud. Everyone went back home. Kuon made her peace in a way, and now we have Oshtor's Manor. We're gonna go like debrief. I think we already debriefed, didn't we? How come we're going to Oshtor's? Kukon's word surface, guess I never know. Guess we're just going back for the vibe. Yeah, BGM, yeah. Be sure to turn it off as soon as we jump in, just because I know we are in one of those areas of the game where it's like there's no BGM, it's just like the silence of the menu sounds. So here, I'll turn it off here. Oh, wait, are my speakers playing? Whoops. Yeah, there we go. We're good now. I'm sorry to have called you on such short notice. Oshtor stops organizing the papers on his desk as I enter. He looks towards me. I know you're a busy man, but I'm afraid I could think of none more fit for the task. That's alright. I can always use an excuse to get out of a job. Kuon's been taking jobs more than usual lately. I don't get any time to relax. Lady Kuon remains true to form. She knows you relax as soon as you know nobody's watching you. Keeping you busy with work is most likely the best solution to this. Devious. Haku will never get a day of rest in his life with that girl around. Oh, come on. Can't you sympathize a little with the guy being forced to work all the time? Well, whatever. You get Kuons out of my hair and I can relax a bit here. I'm not turning that down. Oh? Are you sure? There may be repercussions for that, it's fine. I was called in by our employer. I'm not doing anything wrong, right? I'm sorry, Haku, but this is an HR meeting. We're gonna have to discuss your workplace habits. You always think these things through, don't you? So, why did you call for me? Ah, right. Now is not the time to be idly chatting. I wanted to ask that you watch the place a while. Oh, he's leaving? Watch the place? Yes, I've been summoned to the Imperial Palace on urgent notice. I wouldn't think you'd need someone to watch the place just for that. Or is there some other reason? The only sure way for Haku to rest if he somehow disappears or becomes a god. Becoming a god, I don't know if that would be much rest. He might need to still be like doing shit if he became a god. Disappear though? True. Let's erase his name. Man who erased his name type beat. Except like he won't be working for the Daidoji. Well, Nekane's on an errand. She should return soon. I ask that you keep her company until my return. Sure. I guess I can do that. But can't you just leave a note or a message in that case? I mean, it is urgent business, right? I'm sure Nekane would understand. True. But I would feel bad making her wait for me after I asked her to I'd asked the task of her in the first place. Disappearing might isekai him too, he can't slack off. He'd be sent into a universe where he'd have to work extra hard. Double time. And you've got no problem doing the same damn thing to me? Ushto only grins, as though he was expecting a retort like that. Aquila is technically a god and does nothing? True, he is sleeping. God, you spoiled that sister of yours way too much. I'd say there is hardly fault in that. There's no brother that does not care dearly for his sister. Yeah, no brother that does not care dearly for his sister. Sure. You may use this room however you please while you wait. So, do you accept? We're house sitting? Sure, whatever. That's how it's gonna be, I might as well take it easy here. Thank you. I should be back before sunset. For that, I watched Ushto depart. Then take a seat and relax. No brother that does not care dearly about his sister. What an Ushto thing to say. I still think he's spoiling her a bit, but it's not like I have a sister. Maybe I just don't get it. Well, he did say I can use this place as I please. That means only one thing. He's gonna break into his alcohol reserves? I check the softness of the cushion near me, then lay my head on it. Okay, yeah. He's not that much of a degen. Just right. Time to take a nap. Nekane walks in. Oh. What was with the fucking Nekane flash? The image of Nekane's face flashes across my mind. If she saw me like this. Aku's letting his shame get to him. He should just sleep. No. Nekane's supposed to be coming here soon. If she finds me sleeping here, I might never escape that lecture. The thought's engraved in my head now. I wearily raise my head from the cushion. To her, this place might as well be sacred ground. She'd be pissed if she caught me napping here. But if I can't take a nap, how can I kill some time? Serious day drinking? I look around. As expected of Ushto's business room, it's full of countless official papers. Oh, score. Found some snacks. But I guess I'm not that hungry, now that I think about it. Maybe there's something I can read to pass the time? I search around the place, but all I can find are complicated-looking letters. Well, this is where Ushto works. Not gonna find much in the way of leisure here. I'm here in Ushto's stead, but I don't know what to even do if she comes. Wait, Ushto's stead? Oh, right, Ushto's stead. A sudden inspiration occurs to me, and I can't help but grin in a flash of brilliance. Well, not like I have anything else to do. Think I'll have a little bit of fun. Let's see, what can I use? She's never gonna see this coming. We're gonna put that eraser on top of the door as she walks in type vibe. I search the room, ready to put my plan into action. I gradually find everything I need. This should be enough. Now I just cut into the proper size. And fold it here and here, like this. Oh, maybe a little too big, but if I cut here and glue it together... With time and effort, the object slowly takes the shape I'm aiming for. Is he making like a paper mache Oshtor? No way he's not that quick, right? Oh, looking pretty good. If I straighten this part a little more. Nice, just gotta glue this last bit and... Ta-da! Complete. Oshtor's mask. Huh. Didn't think I'd do such a close copy with just paper. It's better than I thought. A little darker than the real thing, but that's part of the charm. Now, I wear it. I can feel the cool paper on my cheek. I didn't go in with much of a plan, but it's the perfect size. Vision's clear. It's been properly positioned. It's not going to fall off that easily. Next are the clothes, right? Yeah, if I recall, either he was just... I'll walk over to the drawers in the corner, mask still on, and take out some of Oshtor's clothes. You know, and they did look kind of similar, didn't they? Is Nekone gonna confuse us with Oshtor? Well, that should do it. This is actually turning out pretty good. I quickly moved in the mirror and see the spitting image of Oshtor looking back at me. I'd say there's hardly fault in that. There's no brother that does not care dearly for his sister. Oh, we about to give this girl trauma. Perfect. Well, I'm not a great impressionist, but the mask is almost identical. I think I deserve points for that. I'll have a little fun with Nekone with this, though she'll probably see right through it instantly. Not like I have anything better to do anyways. No harm in having a little fun. Let's see. Nekone, thank you for your hard work. I have returned, dear brother. I nearly jump in surprise as I suddenly hear Nekone's voice from behind me. Is something the matter? She doesn't know! Nekone, how long have you been there? I am now just arrived. You seem rather surprised by my return. She don't notice the voice? I was merely lost in thought. I'm sorry not to have noticed you. I see. You've been working quite hard lately. Perhaps you need to take a rest for a change. I'll consider it. However, I'm far too busy at the moment. It is difficult to find time for rest. You always say that, dear brother. In any case, I will now deliver my report on the cultivatable herbs I was investigating. Herbs? So that's what she was doing for him? It took some time, but I believe I have been able to summarize the distribution. This is all the data. I take care to concentrate my search on one suitable for cultivation in Anakamui. One lengthy file after another is piled on top of the desk before me. A mountain of text. I am impressed that you found this much. The data is clearly beyond one person's efforts. Your sister told me of them. One can only find so much from books, so I asked her and she obliged. Apparently this kind of information falls under the trade secrets, but she made an exception for me. I see. So Kuon did. Kuon? I mean, Lady Kuon. So that explains why Kuon kept holding up in her room and throwing her jobs at me. Good to see the Mask of Deception must be nearing the endgame by now, aren't you? You know, you'd be surprised. These games, when you read through every line of dialogue like this, I fear we may only be about halfway. Maybe even less. If we can cultivate a number of the more potent... By the way, happy to see you. Happy Sunday, happy Monday. I believe Anakamui can profit greatly. I had dear sister mix one as a sample. Here, dear brother, you have been so busy. This may help.
I don't believe that I'm pushing myself too hard.
You must see that if you fall ill, it'll cause problems for others. You must take better care.
I suppose you're right. I try to pay a little more attention to my well-being.
And about my next report.
Hold on a sec, she's acting like she does with Oshtor. Has she really not noticed it's me? maybe I'll keep it up for a while longer. I'm wondering how long I can get away with this.
以上なのです。何か質問ありますですか？
And that will be all. Is there anything you wish me to clarify?
No, you've done well. By the way, Nekune, are you pressed for time at all right now?
はい。
No, I currently don't have anything planned at the moment.
Then come over here for a while.
Oh. Haku's about to do something monumentally evil. I pick up Nekone as she comes closer and put her on my lap like Ukon did. Cute.
兄様。
Dear brother.
You have done well to complete the task I've given you. You must be weary from your efforts.
Dear brother, Nekone protests, but she doesn't try to get away as I gently pat her on the head.
Did you not like this? I'm sorry. I did not intend to cause you any discomfort.
No, it's just that this was so sudden. I wasn't prepared for it.
なのです。
Why are you suddenly doing such things?
Do you wish for me to stop? I believe a brother should need no reason to praise his sister. Of course, if you truly wish for me to stop, I shall do so at once.
Ah. I understand why this game is called The Mask of Deception. It turns out this is a Nekone-based game. We have reached the climax, y'all.
続けてほしいのです。
I would like you to continue. Nekone seems very relaxed and lets me pat her head as she closes her eyes, clearly content.
I apologize. I have not been able to make enough time to spend with you like this.
That is...
But you may ask whatever you wish of me right now. You need hold no whims back.
Alright.
Let's see, how about something like this?
I decide to lightly rub my finger under her chin. Like one would to a cat to see how that goes. Haku? Haku?
なんだかムズムズするです。
Nah, that's weird. That tickles.
Should I stop?
Nekone doesn't say anything, but she leans a little closer. I decide to try doing it again. Nekone leans, tilting her head into it. She closes her drooping eyes, her face a blend of embarrassment and bliss. She'd never act like this if I tried it. She'd probably glare daggers and kick me in the shins.
But little do you know, this man is not Oshtor. You've lowered your guard, girl. I shall do as I please.
That's... Nekone jumps a little in surprise. My hands settle over her ears, gently stroking them. The ears are a sensitive zone?
Huh. Do you not wish me to?
兄様。
Dear brother, the ears are a bit much.
I apologize. I did not realize it would cause you distress.
とてもくすぐったいので
It
す。
tickles too much, if you could.
I see. I am sorry to have thus surprised you.
Oh, but... Nekone stops me as I lift my hands from her.
でも頭だけなら大丈夫。撫でてほしいのです。
You know, I've seen a lot of, like, sis-cons. I can't think of too many, like, bro-cons. Is that, like, a thing? I do not mind you petting me on the head. I would like that. Nekone gently rubs her head against my hand as she speaks.
She's actually kind of cute like this.
I think I get why Mikazuchi wants to pet her.
But it's not over yet. I won't let it end just like this.
As I let Nekone lean on me and relax, I withdraw something from my pocket. It's more common in harem animes, I think. Oh, fuck, right. I'm like thinking about it right now. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily like a brocon, but like I was watching Makine, right? The like losing heroines. And like what's the guy's name? He has like a sister too. And his like sister is like very like attached in the same way like Nekane is, I think, except like a little more deranged maybe. As I let Nekane lean on me and relax, I withdraw something from my pocket.
Nekane, I received some treats, some delicacies as a reward earlier.
Delicacies?
I had saved it just for you. Would you like some?
Yeah, I don't believe you see many in visual novels or RPGs though, yeah. Oh yes, I'd love some.
Good, I have plenty. So eat as much as you like.
Yes, thank you. As she reaches for the sweets, I stop her hand with mine. Dear brother.
Here, Nekane. Say, ah.
Oh, he really going all in. If she finds out, it's fucking over.
Say, ah.
I can eat on my own. I'm not a child anymore.
Consider this a reward for your hard work. No need to be modest, huh?
Just this once, since nobody's watching.
Cute.
Nekane stays silent, but I can see she's beaming. You know what? If she doesn't find out, this is definitely like a secret to the grave type beat. But like, Nekane stocks, never been more up for her.
Is it good?
Yes, it's very sweet and just melts in your mouth. Dear brother, can I,
I did say there's no need to be modest. There's plenty more.
I feed Nekane more and more sweets.
I guess that's something you don't see every day. A valuable experience, to be sure.
You seem a bit unusual today, dear brother. Is something amiss? What about Maruo stocks? Maruo can get on the lap too. We will feed him as well.
You find it strange.
Well, yes. You usually do not do such things in that appearance. When you treat me like this, it almost feels like as if you're completely a different person.
I thought it would make a good change of pace. It is nice to have times like this, no? And besides, you said so yourself. No one is watching, so no worries. I mean, there's no need to worry.
Dear brother?
Or perhaps you do not like it when I treat you this way?
No, that's not true.
I see. Well, there are still these sweets left. Would you like some more?
Yes, I would like some more. Dear brother. Nekane falters as she seems to notice something, and she suddenly freezes up. It's over. She looked up.
What happened? What are you?
I follow Nekane's gaze to find... Did the mask fall off?
Oh.
Oh! Okay, you know, is Oshtor protective of his sister in that way? Because, like, we might get, like, double duty, like, double beat down by, like, the sibling duo here. Oshtor leans on the door frame, grinning as he watches the two of us. Dear brother, but he's right here.
You have returned, Oshtor. It seems you were much swifter than I had anticipated. Yes, it was much briefer than I imagined it to be. But it would seem I am intruding on you two.
Huh? What?
Not at all. I believe I have found a fine way to entertain myself. I was able to see a side of Nekane that I had never seen before. It was time well spent indeed.
What is... Huh?
I too wish to watch a little longer. It is rare to see my sister this unguarded. That is most likely because you always talk of how busy you are, and neglect spending time with her. I see. Perhaps you are right. I may have devoted a little too much of my time to matters of state. Your chance is not yet past. You should do the same to her when next you have opportunity. I suppose you have a point.
You know, if I were Nekane, like... I don't know if this is like trauma or if this is like, I'm just gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up and none of this ever happened. Dear brother, what exactly is the meaning of this?
What, you haven't unraveled the mystery yet?
Figured it out, but I see two of you. But only one of you can be the real one. But you are my dear brother, and he is you, which is...
So it seems that you believe I, the occupant of this room, am your brother Ashtor. However, the truth has come out. This is the man you believe to be your true-born brother.
Haku? My dear brother has turned into Haku? Nekune's eyes widen in shock as she looks back and forth between me and Noshtor.
Even I didn't think it would go this well. If even Nekune couldn't tell us apart, maybe I'd make the perfect body double for you. Oh? You might be onto something. Wait, shit. Forget I said that. Stop looking so pensive. I know you just want to handle all the, you want me to handle all the work so you can go full Ukon.
Still strange, why bother showing this scene?
Something wrong, Oshtor. Why are you backing off like that? Well, there is something that has caught my attention. Yeah, what is it?
Nekune's got like a gun.
I would recommend that you take care of your, to guard your flank. Huh? My flank?
As I look back, the last thing I see is Nekune, raising her staff as high as she can.
Nekune?
It's over. We've been shot. Wait, to wake up in this fucking dream realm is crazy. I walk along as Uradu and Sanana hold my hands, guiding me into this foggy night, or through this foggy night. It's been a while since Mito last invited me over, but my heart's a little heavier as I walk onward.
Well, he did give me the job to inspect the ruins. I'm sure he wants a detailed report on it.
For some reason, the old man didn't call me immediately after I returned to the city.
To be honest, I don't want to remember what happened there. It was convenient for me, but just when I had almost forgotten the whole thing, he calls me over.
And I'm guessing he wants to talk to me about what happened. About how the Tatere are what's left of the human race. Wonder if I'm allowed to tell him the truth. But knowing that old man, I wouldn't be surprised if he already knows. The problem is whether he knows that I know. Yeah. Because he might already know and he's like testing Haku or some shit. We walk in and he lifts his mask and it's just Nekune, and then we wake up.
Kuon's right. This could be dangerous knowledge if things go badly.
Master, you do not look well. Does something trouble you?
And keeping silent probably isn't an option. I mean, he gave me all that advance pay. He's probably already got some report from these two. I might lose his trust if I try to hide this information from him.
Master?
Oh, it's nothing.
Overanalyzing it like this isn't gonna help. All I can do is just let things play out. The two lean in a little closer, as though trying to comfort me.
Do I really look that uneasy? Huh.
It's like, where are we going? As we walk the misty road, I suddenly realize we've arrived in that strange hallway. It's different from the verdant garden we usually reach. This is a path, regal and ornamented. It's a huge hallway, so big one can mistake it for a road. And at the very end, I see a grand, beautiful door.
This is...
This way. As you continue to lead me forward, and I follow.
I recognize this place. No, there's no way I would forget. This place is...
my room? The door slowly opens. We've been rescued. Oh no, we're at the palace. Beyond it's a giant hall. The place where the most powerful man in Yamato sits, the throne room. Far in the distance, I see Honoka standing next to the throne, a quiet smile on her face. And besides her sits the man who the people call the god incarnate, the Mikado. An eviction notice. It's just like all downhill for Haku here. We get beat, we get evicted, we lose our job, Nekone hates us even more than she might have already hated. It's over. We call it quits there, y'all.
He has an air of kingly dignity about him, just like I remember from my last audience with him. I suppose the only thing that's different is that this time we're the only ones here.
Yeah, and they took the kids.
So you've come. I've been waiting.
We thank you for joining us.
Gramps, what's the meaning behind all this? Or in this case, do I have to address you as the Mikado? That's right, the old gazer who called himself Mito is actually the Mikado. The Mikado's eyes narrow to slits as he observes me. Still, it looks like he's looking past me, not at me. Either will suffice. You may address me as you see fit. His voice is different from the amicable tone he usually greets me with. He sounds stern and cold. You are correct. I am the Mikado of Yamato. Does this face surprise you? Nah, kinda figured it out already. Saw it coming. I see. True, I already guessed that the old man was the Mikado. So it's not surprising, but when he comes right out with it, my gaze flickers towards Honoka, who stands next to him. Honoka looks the same as usual, kind of a relief to see her.
Is something the matter?
No. What use is there in changing now, Haku? You may act as you wish. There are none to reprimand you. Then I'll go with Mito, like usual. Formalities seem kinda useless by now, and they're tiring. Good. I expected as much from you. So, what's the occasion? What do you mean by that? Why reveal your secret identity all of a sudden like this? That is what you wish to know. You're making it sound like I should be asking about anything else. The old man's expression softens for a moment, as though looking at something long gone. There is but one reason I speak to you here. I would hear your account not as Mito, but as the Mikado.
You know, good on him. He's got a good separation of work and relaxation. It's kind of like you don't take personal calls on your work phone, or you don't do personal stuff on a work computer. After taking the kids, they filed for alimony, child support, total income after alimony. Man, that's getting a little detailed there. Union Gamer, we good?
Now then, would you tell me what happened in those ruins? Here it comes. This is a job the old man gave me in the first place. I need to report something, but should I really be telling him the whole truth? Haven't you already heard the details from Ururu and Sarana? No. It seems there was some sort of incident, so I avoided prying too deeply. It seems you are wary of something, but you need not be concerned. Whatever is in your report, I shall swear here that no harm will befall you because of it. I instinctively glance up, looking at the old man's face. Wait, do you...
He 100% knows.
So you saw it, did you not? The old man's attitude hasn't changed at all. But something's different. Something that I never saw in him before. Who are you? This guy knew what I'd find in those ruins. More importantly, it sounds like he knows what those things are. He was just an old man that went on about nonsense like being named Mito, being a crepe salesman. But in reality, he's the most powerful man in Yamato, its ruler, the Mikado. Or so I thought. But is that really the end of the story? What the hell is the Mikado? God incarnate, keeper of machines? Yamato's ruler for centuries? I didn't believe a word of it. It all sounded like crazy rumors. But if any of it's true, where did he get all that tech? How could he have survived for hundreds of years? There's just no way. Just saying it's because he's the Mikado isn't enough to convince me. Follow me.
Okay, so theorizing time. Could every one of those things inside the cryo chambers be clones? And the Mikado, Mito, has like consistently been like in a cycle of like ruling and not ruling? Or like ruling while his like other batch is being grown? And like constantly in a cycle? Just to be like perpetually the ruler? Be perceived as a god? Oh shit! This is giving me mad Golden Idol flashbacks. He's got some shit to keep him alive forever. He's got his own Lazarus pit. After he says that, Honoka begins to push his wheelchair away. Please, this way. Wait. My resolve wavers. I try to call out to the two. They've gone beyond the drapes. No looking back. Guess I have no choice but to follow them now. I followed the two of them behind the drapes to find a dark area spreading out before me. A downward incline. I almost trip on the slope and stop uncertainly in the darkness, but the twins take my hands. Master. After that, I don't know how long I walk forward, letting them guide me. Eventually, another giant door appears before me. It looks like a heavy door, but not like the entrance to the throne room. This one is made of metal. Wait a second! Are we fucking Hollow Earth? Did they create some sort of shelter? The door opens and light floods out along with a light wind, a gentle breeze with a fresh scent. I squint slightly, and once I can see past the brightness, I see a huge forest spreading out below me. The trees go on for as far as the eye can see. I look up to find a clear blue sky. Clear, vast and wide. Like I could fall into it at any moment. Where the hell is this? Why can I see the sky? Okay, so what I'm getting now is Mask of Deception is Endwalker. We're getting Endwalker in Utawarerumono. This is Labyrinthos. It isn't a steep slope, but it's definitely heading down.
The Imperial capital is merely the surface. These underground areas are the true Yamato. Yet, it is also a place where the forgotten past has been sealed. A past long since discarded. A past.
This way. Honoka places the wheelchair on a transparent, glowing flight of stairs leading downward. As she steps atop them, the stairs begin smoothly and soundlessly gliding downward. I follow her, and the stairs carry me down without a sound as well. A calm breeze flows past me, flower petals dancing in the wind. Far beyond, I can see a lake's surface, glittering with light. A flock of birds cluster above. I'm looking down on paradise.
Who would have thought there'd be a huge place like this beneath the Imperial capital? The blue sky and horizon are likely simulations, but still, judging by the trees, this place is deep. I'd say its size is just right for the mausoleum on the surface to fit here.
This is definitely some sort of weird underground dungeon. I look around, wide-eyed, and see a clearing at the base of the staircase, and a giant building.
This place is...
It's where we've always met?
I get it now.
This is the garden where I talked with Mito. Or Mito.
Did the old man want to show me this? Why would he do something like that?
Here. Beyond here, there is something we wish to show you.
You want me to see something?
They lead me to a small, somewhat shabby-looking door that seems to lead into a simple building.
Open.
After the old man speaks, a small crack appears. The door begins to slowly open. The door is easily the smallest of the ones so far, but it seems the densest. has the most security. Almost like it was meant to seal something away. We enter through the doorway and continue on. After taking a few steps inside, light illuminates the hallway all the way to the back. They're really getting into the sci-fi weeds way faster in this game than they ever did in Prelude. This place is... The view is unlike anything I've ever seen in this world. Everything is made up of a cold, lifeless material. Either stone or wood, glass panes and windows. Remnants of a memory just like the ruins I saw. But this one isn't just a remnant. There's something alive in it. Like the entire place is breathing. A nostalgic and comfortable feeling. Something left behind by time. So, there still was. I can feel the pieces of the puzzle starting to click into place. Honoka stops pushing the wheelchair forward. It seems we've hit the end of the hallway. This may cause some discomfort. Please brace yourself. The next moment, a sensation runs through my body, like I'm floating upward. An elevator? Oh, no. A teleporter. I can see the walls around us rising up at an alarming speed. For a moment, I think that's what's happening. But it's the opposite. We're going down. We're falling. We're going down? The floor beneath us is moving downward at a tremendous speed. Yeah, it's an elevator. It's a fancy elevator. Eventually, the walls around us disappear. We move slower and slower and grind to a halt. Do they have a Kia in that orb?
Now, this is where there is something here that I wish for you to see. A beacon that may guide you to the past you have lost.
The past that I lost? What do you mean by that? Lord Haku, are you certain? You still have the option to turn back should you wish it. My apologies, but I believe he deserves the right to choose.
Very well. Do as you please.
Honoka gives a deep bow to the old man and turns towards me. What did you mean by that? Now is your last chance to turn back. If you wish to do so, I will not stop you. You may leave this place and pretend nothing ever happened. You may forget all you have seen today. If you choose to do so, you may remain living the same peaceful life you've always known. But if you do choose to proceed forward from here, there'll be no turning back. Lord Haku, you have regained your memories, have you not? However, you do not understand the situation you're in. What has happened to you? Why the world has changed so much? You do not understand these things. Am I correct?
Honoka,
Who exactly? If you choose to proceed, then these questions will be answered. However, everything around you will change as well. The world you live in, and you yourself. Do you still wish to proceed? Honoka cautions me, as though somewhere between warning and threat. Meaningful words as though she already knows all about me.
coming here has made it clear. Mikado never invited some random nobody over by chance. He knows something. No. He knows everything. About my lost past. When I first came to be, I found myself in the middle of the mountains with no memory. Kuon saved me, and I continue to live on with this nagging feeling, unable to remember any of my past. But now that I remember it all, the cities, my house, my family, everything's gone. What the hell do those ruins mean? Why isn't anyone around me a human being? What happened to the human race? No. I already know that answer. The human race is extinct. What the hell was that thing then? That slimy thing. Was that really... Master. I was trying not to think about it, but now... Tell me everything. But now, I have to know. Very well. Then there is nothing more I can say. Honoka bows softly and steps behind the old man, her mouth pressed into a thin line. Is this the end? No, I don't. I think we're right in the middle of the story. But this is definitely like... If there's a hero's journey, this is... If there's a hero's journey, this is the most shambles part. And then like everything from here is gonna be us like reclaiming ourself. You're ready then. The old man raises his hand. Suddenly the floor goes transparent, as though made of glass. The light above illuminates the dark depths. They're just keeping a Tatsuri down there? What I see is a disturbing sight. A substance like vivid, red, rotting flesh. From time to time it pulsates like a heartbeat. There's no mistaking it. Tatsuri. Yes, that is what the people call it. Ironic indeed. The very ones they worship as gods are what they fear and loathe, oblivious to the truth. Onvitakayan, the race that once ruled this world long ago. What do you mean? You have already figured it out, have you not? The old man swipes his finger across the air. The walls around the thing below begin to blink, making strange sounds. Immediately, the surface of the Tatsuri ripples with tiny bubbles. As though a reaction to this, the amorphous blob slowly begins to form into a very familiar shape. Four long, spindly limbs and a small head. The two black holes that line its head look straight back at us. Grotesque, malformed, but unmistakable. That's... In the next instant, the shape all but explodes apart, returning to its amorphous, lurching form. Nausea washes over me. I put my hand over my mouth and take a step back. So then, they really are. I already knew. What happened to the human race? There was a part of me that was trying to deny it, refusing to accept it. So the Tatsuri really are humans. That is correct. Before you is what remains of the human race. So you finally accept it then. Old man, you never change, do you? You have a keen mind, but when you find an inconvenient truth, you desperately try to ignore it.
Huh. Is the Mikado our brother? I always wanted a okay, now we're serious moment. You have a keen mind, but when you find an inconvenient truth, you desperately try to ignore it. Yeah, okay. I cannot blame you, of course, but it is a bad habit nonetheless. You can't be. Huh. It really has been a while since we've talked like this, hasn't it, Hiroshi? Brother. Did he freeze us? Is that why we're still young? Or are we like a test tube? Test tube Haku. Test tube Hiroshi. Wait, Nekune strike help Haku remember the past? Whoa! Wait. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, I know it's like probably not the case, but like, unless. I don't know. We keep going. That's impossible. Is it really you? He's aged a lot, but this face, the way he carries himself, he has to be. Then that means Honoka. You really haven't changed at all. Just the way I remembered you. Just like back then. I've been waiting so long for this. A long, long time. So long that I've lost count of the years. But I've finally found you. So it really is you. Hold on. Hiroshi? Huh? Or was it Hiroyuki? What do you mean, or was it? Who the hell is Hiroyuki? No, perhaps it was Kazuki, I think. You're kidding. Gonsuke? How do you forget your own little brother's name? I promise I haven't forgotten because of how long it's been. I would never lose it to old age. You really forgot. Okay, this kind of ruins the whole touching reunion thing, you know? Oh, no. I haven't forgotten. I just can't think of it at the moment. There's a word for that. Forgot. I guess I'd forgotten too, but I'd lost all my memories by then. Not my fault, right? I suppose I will continue to call you Haku. It is your new name, and a comfortable one, I'm sure. I guess you're right. If you called me by another name, it'd feel strange. More importantly, how in the hell did you become the Mikado of Yamato? And what is that thing? How did humans end up like that? I can understand how you must feel, and I can only answer one question at a time. Now, where to begin? Well, I suppose I'll explain it from the start. Of course, I lack the details on precisely what happened all those years ago. Damn, we really are the plot. I wasn't directly involved. Because of the chaos, I could not gather all the information. It doesn't matter. I just want you to tell me everything you know. Very well. I will start with what happened to you then. You became a test subject for my research. You remember I put you in a cold sleep for the final phase? Is that right? To be honest, my memory around that part's still kind of hazy. If I do recall correctly, I may have told you it was only a small medicinal experiment. Huh? Did you make me your guinea pig without even telling me? Calm down.
The test had been most conclusive. It was absolutely perfectly safe, I think.
That last part doesn't sound too sure to me.
So the final adjustments were in place, and all that remained was to wait for you to awaken. But then, for reasons beyond my understanding, it happened.
It? The third impact? Everyone getting turned into meat slot?
The calamity. A strange disease spread all across the world. An illness which melted, converted humans into gelatinous creatures. Yes. Those things are what remain of them. That is not all. Those abominations would consume humans, consume anything considered to be alive. As if its sole purpose is to wipe out all life as we know it. We knew not its cause, its mode of transmission, or its cure. One day your body would just give away. We spiraled into fear and chaos. Imagine the person next to you suddenly melting, then trying to kill you. Even shelters completely closed off from the outside world meant nothing. Whether they were a god's divine punishment or a demon's infernal scourge, there was no escaping. You must know by now that those who have dissolved into slime or immortal, whatever we did, there was no way to exterminate them. The few survivors panicked. They reached the mad conclusion to try to wipe them out using Amaterasu.
Amaterasu was the laser beam, right? It was the laser satellite? Yeah. Hold on. Wasn't Amaterasu the weather control satellite? I don't like where this is going.
It's just as you guessed. They used it as a weapon.
What were they thinking? Amaterasu was the whole key to Gaia remediation, wasn't it? If it's not used right, it could drop an artificial sun on the Earth, or cause some kind of super hurricane. Ah, I see, yeah. Or even cause another ice age. They could have turned Earth into an iceberg. Even a child would understand that using something like that as a weapon would be bad news.
Indeed. The natural infrastructure collapsed, and the environment we had fought so hard to rebuild was destroyed. No one knew who would turn next. Paranoia reigned, and everyone saw each other only as potential enemies. And so society devolved into an all-out war. No, one could not call that war. It was mindless carnage. Humans butchering each other blindly. At that point, humanity's society had collapsed. We were far beyond the point of regimented war. The earth quaked and burned with the heat of many miniature suns, and tsunamis engulfed the coasts. But I managed to survive somehow. As everyone around me turned to slime, I ran for my life. In the chaos, I miraculously found this place. It was yet unfinished, near completion, but deserted. I don't know how much time has passed while I was in here. I regained control of Amaterasu with these systems and created the flora in this small space after much trial and error. And when I finally emerged, it was all over. I had been left behind. I was the only one left. I did everything I could to try to find others, but I could find no trace of any other humans. Brother. I was left all alone in this world. It was unbearable. Hold on, alone? What about your wife and child? Smile crosses the Mikado's face, grim and hollow. Fuck. They both melted away before my very eyes. My words could no longer reach them. They had become beings with no purpose but to consume all life. No.
So who are Honoka and Anju? Oh, right. You know what? Anju does have those like creature ears now. They're just replications of what used to exist. Man. Man, that's so sad.
Then what about her? She's right here. I must have been sentimental then. I found that these proxies survived the calamity and replaced humanity. And so, I walked in the footsteps of those who came before me and committed the self-same sin.
Proxies? You mean that sick experiment they called research? Artificially created humans? You can't have.
The same. All thanks to the data you retrieved. Funny. I felt no guilt when playing God myself. Indeed. This Honoka was created by using my late wife's genetic data as a template. She is a proxy. A demi-human. They are beings different from us. They may be people, but they are not human. And this Honoka, it isn't her.
What about me, though?
Honoka smiles sadly at the Mikado's words. Wait, that means cheese. I created Anju in the same way, using my daughter's genetic information.
So the princess.
I created them, the people here. I gave them language, arithmetic, methods for hunting and farming, many gifts. It was fun, seeing the innocents uplifted, growing smarter, but an emptiness still filled my heart. For these beings are not, and will never be, human. They worshipped me as a god, and I felt the rift between us widen. I knew I could not live among them. My interest in the surface world waned, and once again I sealed myself within this sanctum. I had a mission, to find a way to return humanity to its true form, to see my family again. I understood perfectly well how reckless an undertaking this was, but it was all I had left. I cannot say how much time passed after that. It felt like I spent an eternity here. 100 years, 200 years, perhaps longer.
Wait, what? 200 years? Right, the people say the Mikado's been alive for centuries. What's going on? That makes no sense.
Well, I presume that would be the effects of the medical trials and testing I put myself through. The intent was to merely increase my stamina, but who knew it would extend my lifespan to such lengths? I assume that is also the reason why I myself have not yet devolved into formless slime. What have you? I continued my research, but I soon realized that even this facility has its limits.
Is the Mikado afraid of dying? I mean, I guess everyone to some extent would be, right? But like, is that what's going on here? The Mikado wanted us to go into the ruins to see if I had a way to maybe extend his life?
That is why I chose once more to return to the surface. Cities and facilities alike were lost to the calamity, but I thought to look among the shelters for a way to continue my efforts. However, when I emerged from the underground, what I saw awaiting above me astounded me. Truly, it was an even greater shock than when I first ascended and found the world destroyed. Before me lay the proxy cities. It was no mere village. Entire kingdoms had arisen in my absence. I decided to ask their help in excavating the ruins. I offered them ample rewards, food and medicine I had synthesized within my facility. However, their intellect had grown too much. Their innocent, obedient minds had been corrupted by greed. They demanded more rewards every time. I tried to meet their demands. Their developments did not please me, but I was desperate for help. However, their avarice grew, and they began plundering the ruins, asking high prices for their finds. Things that held no value to them, things that they had no understanding of. I answered these demands as well. I grew angry with their hubris, but I had no choice. Metallurgic secrets for composing alloys, seeds for agriculture, secrets of well digging, star charts, trifles to me, revolutionary to them. Such prizes would overturn their power balance almost overnight, but their political affairs did not concern me. Until one day they chose to stand in my way. Such foolish children. They stole my secrets from each other, and some thought to capture me to monopolize my knowledge. It was the second time I had felt so disappointed. They were like us not only in appearance, but in soul. Most machinery they stole from the ruins was treated carelessly. They knew nothing. They ruined almost everything they touched.
Hold on. Alright.
So I decided to discard my sympathy for them. They became mere obstacles to be dealt with. I used the advanced knowledge and technology at my disposal to conquer them and form my own army. These demi-humans are genetically predisposed to obey us humans after all. It all went surprisingly smoothly. I took those who were loyal to me and seized control of the ruins. I conquered all who opposed me. That was the birth of Yamato.
My liege, you mustn't lose your composure.
Yes, you're right.
After being calmed down by Honoka's words, my brother relaxes, leaning against the back of his chair. Guess he's been through a lot. That doesn't even come close to describing it.
And that is why there is another reason why I continued to excavate those ruins. I was looking for you.
Oh?
Looking for me? The lab in which you underwent the final adjustments was an isolated facility, doubling as a shelter. I had lost track of it during the calamity, but I still had hope that I might one day find you.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a good brother.
Yet I did not expect in my wildest dreams that you would be the one to come to me. After hearing the reports from Ururu and Sarana, I could only laugh. It seemed my work had all been for nothing in the end. Then you knew about me from a while back. Yes, around the time you first arrived within the Imperial capital. So you knew from the beginning. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Be sensible, Haku. Of course I wanted to tell you. Would you have believed me if I suddenly appeared before you and declared myself your brother?
A little bit of that Captain America treatment. Easy into the time period. Except that didn't really happen.
Upon hearing of your presence, I had only time to rejoice briefly before I learned of your amnesia. Because of that, I was unable to reveal myself to you. I was quite troubled and unsure of what to do. You can't blame me for that. I didn't want to lose my memories. I had it pretty rough myself.
Wait, so the reason you gave me these girls and invited me over so many times?
Yes, you seem to have the gist of it. These girls are fine caretakers as well as bodyguards.
Well, they're good at what they do, but they're still sometimes kind of a handful.
Haku.
His tone suddenly changes. I look to my brother, surprised in his weariness in his voice. What I see before me isn't the absolute ruler of Yamato, the indomitable Mikado, but a tired, lonely old man. Damn.
I wish for you to succeed me.
What did you say?
I don't mean right away. But I wish for you to carry on my legacy.
Whoa, hold on. What are you saying all of a sudden? Succeed you? What about the princess? Isn't she the rightful heir to your throne?
That is true. I have arranged it so that she will replace me as a ruler one day.
Then why are you telling me this?
I will have her continue to guide the people of Yamato. However, I want you to carry on my legacy as a human being.
Look, I still don't get it. What do you mean?
I do not have much longer. I have spent all my life trying to find a means to save humanity. I have extended my life through countless procedures, but it seems my limit is fast approaching.
Wait, you're joking, right?
I would never say such things in jest. I may be revered as a god, but I am only human. The laws of nature will bend, but they will not break.
Brother,
I do not have much time left, so before I go, I would entrust everything to you. And I want you to carry on my dream, one which I will never see become a reality.
you want me to carry on your legacy? I can feel my body rising up. It's the opposite of the view from before. The scenery below shrinks gradually farther away. I silently stare at the view spreading across my vision. There's no turning back. So this is what Honoka meant. I never expected things to play out like this. Zach? I didn't think in my wildest dreams that the Mikado would turn out to be my brother. That's why I felt like I've met him before. How could I not notice? The looks, the voice, the way he carries himself. It all matches up with the old man and my brother. I take a glance at my sister and... at Honoka, who's standing next to my brother with a serene smile. Created from her genetic material, or genetic information. I can't really blame him. He said he had lived as the Mikado for hundreds of years. I can only imagine how lonely that must have been. And the princess. She was an exasperating, self-centered brat, but a part of me couldn't just leave her alone. I see. Must have unconsciously remembered Chi when I looked at the princess. I still don't know the whole story. He said he didn't trust everything to me, but I don't know what he plans on doing. What he wants me to do. The real question is why they have the genetic information in the first place. You know, I think with the way things were, and the fact that they were already in like shelter mode and stuff, it's not too far of a stretch to think they might have like genetic information on hand for every occupant. As like a cataloging thing. Like if they were already trying to make like demi-humans prior to like the calamity, right? They would need something to work with. I imagine everyone's information might have been like part of the requisite to be like in the safety of their shelters. Is my immediate assumption. The dream he said was he said he wasn't able to make a reality. He called it humanity's salvation. I can't, it's impossible. That's too much for me. I can't follow in his footsteps. His footsteps? Hey. I'm about to tell him sorry, but I just can't, and then... You can't... Alright, you hear that? Like, nah, man. Like, Haku, I'm sorry, but you have to lock in. Your brother held on for this long. You gotta lock in. It's... Man. It was so long. A dry, hollow whisper, as if all life has been drained from him. The withered voice stops me from finishing my sentence. So long. It almost felt as if an eternity had passed. But now, it's almost over. Elish. Look, I do not wish to rush an answer from you. You must take time to think of your future. Do not worry. We still have time. I intend to live at least until Anju has come of age. But there is one thing I would have you remember. You are my last hope. Thanks to you, all my work will not be for nothing. I have finally been rewarded for my actions. Brother, I leave the rest. The last seems more to himself than me. The reedy voice is barely audible as he fades into the dark. Damn, that was such a plot. We really went from like playing around with Nekone as like a bit to that. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. Finally done with work. Man, am I tired. Man. Who can Haku even talk to about that stuff, you know? I mean, at this point, it's kind of like just his brother and like maybe like the demi-human Honoka. Maybe Anju. I don't know how much Anju knows. After that, I think I need to grab a little bit of water. I didn't actually start the stream with any bit of water like on my desk. So I'm gonna go grab something to hydrate. We're gonna stay on top of it. Since we're sick, we have to stay on top of it. I want to get better fast. The Renaissance Fair is in 2 weeks. 1 second. Alrighty, we are honey and lemon tea maxing. Just gonna pour myself a bit here. I've had honey on my desk for a little while. Yeah, satisfactory 1.1 update tomorrow. Crazy change. You need to resist urge to start a new game. I need a new game to start. I've been eyeballing like original Yeast, like the very first couple of Yeast games. I've been eyeballing Assassin's Creed 3 because I never actually played 3. What else? I was thinking about playing Borderlands 3 with one of my buddies. Not on stream, but just like as a nice game to like hang out and play. We need like a good like off-stream game right now since I'm like done with Warframe for the time being. Oh, that's very lemon forward. Oh, I might have poured too much lemon. But I think that's supposed to be good for me. At least I hope. I don't know about like the nutritional properties of like lemon. Sentinel. Oh, Sentinel Girls. I've seen that. Isn't that like a little bit on the shorter side though? That's kind of like a roguelike type thing. Kind of like looking for something with like a definitive kind of vibe. Or am I thinking of a different game? Because I swear there was this one game where it was like a side scroll like anime girl like gun thing. But yeah. I'm gonna let this cool off. We don't have our hydration just yet, but in like a minute or two, we're gonna be chilling. Finally, work done. Man, I'm tired. Oh. I didn't sound like you got stabbed. My back. As I stretch, a dull pain spreads across my back like a wave of pins and needles. Oh, we didn't get his stretches in. Oh, I guess I was sitting down all day. Maybe I should go to bed. Hope it lets up by tomorrow. Welcome back, Master. It's just you two. Don't scare me like that. I jump back, startled by the twins in the darkness of my room. I never know when they'll show up. Sorry. If you need something, it'll have to wait until tomorrow. Right now, I just want to go to bed. Fatigued. You seem very exhausted, Master. Allow us to help. Help? How exactly do you plan to help? Healing. If you do not mind, we can help you relax. Lie down. Please lie face down on your bed. Face down? Since they usually try to seduce me every chance they get, I'm wary of any of their suggestions. Thankfully, they've stopped spontaneously stripping except to go to bed, but still, I don't know. Can't help but hesitate before following their instructions. Honestly, I'm kind of scared too. Oh, yeah, true. You know, I did buy, was it Ib? What? It's like, I do want to keep short. It's weird. It's weird because I want to play short games, but I want to play them on stream since they're short. It's like, it'll add a little bit of variety to my like 5 games that I juggle that are like 70 hours plus. We will massage you. We shall give you a comforting rub down that may help you relax. Just the shoulders. We will only touch your shoulders and back to help you feel better. It'll be over quick. All you must do is count the stains on the ceiling and it'll be over in an instant. How do I look at the ceiling when I'm face down? The two don't seem to be listening to me and slowly close in on me as they flex their fingers. Oh, fine, whatever. I'm starting to get a read on their actions recently anyways. And besides, if they can do something about this pain, I'd gladly accept it. I follow their instructions and lie face down in my bed. This okay? Now relax. Please relax every muscle in your body, Master. They sit on either side of me and place their hands on my shoulders. I can feel the warmth from their hands through my clothes. Now then, we will begin now. Oh, controller's vibrating too. I can't restrain a little yelp of surprise when their hands begin to move. They methodically rub in slow patterns from my neck down to my back, just with the right amount of pressure. While Ururu taps against me, Sanana runs her fingers down my back as if to smooth it out. Hey, you two are pretty good at this. Yeah, that's the spot. Only natural. It is a skill necessary to serve one's master. Know the flow of blood. With just the right amount of pressure, we wash away all the built-up tension. After that, they move themselves over my lower back and legs. Lower back next. We will loosen up your lower back to relax your whole body. It seems very stiff today, master. No context. They then proceed to massage my back and thighs in the same manner. My spine and legs, achy from sitting down all day, gradually relax as the weariness fades. Oh, man, this is amazing. I can feel all that fatigue just slipping away. I can feel myself getting more and more relaxed. It's like I'm taking a nice bath or something. That little whimper. That's it. Ururu, can you do it a little stronger there? With pleasure. I am glad to hear that you're enjoying this. To even greater heights. We shall continue so that you may know true bliss. They continue to massage me enthusiastically. They now begin to massage my neck and thighs as if to compete with each other. It feels great. I might fall asleep like this. Maybe I could just doze off. Careful, not with them around, careful! Little by little I let my guard down as drowsiness slowly overtakes me. That better not be. I tried to laugh it off, but the sensation definitely felt like... What exactly are you? Oh, come on! I look up to find Ururu's exposed thigh right next to, right in my face. God damn it. These two, one-track minds, the pair of them. Sanana also adjusted herself so her clothes are hiking up, exposing her even more. However, they must have learned that I'll run if they're too open about their intentions. Whatever, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm sure they'll both give up eventually. As I mumble to myself, the drowsiness begins to overtake me once more. Sanana signals with her head. One twin goes for my top half, the other for the bottom. They wrap their legs around an arm and a leg respectively and begin rubbing them back and forth. I can hear their heavy breathing every time they writhe closer to me. What's that noise? Wish they'd quiet down a little. They gasp out loudly, shuddering as their movements slow, but none of it really feels relevant to me. Excuse me? I think I'll be fine just going to sleep. I'm sure if I fall... Master, is something the matter? Let myself doze off. No matter how much they try to seduce me, it has no effect as I drift to sleep. No reaction. It seems like he's fallen asleep. In that case, we will continue where we left off. They observe their master as he breathes rhythmically, and they carefully get up. Keikaku-dori, all according to Keikaku? All according to plan. All that's left is for us to finish. And so they begin to take off their outerwear as though to mark the final touch. Completely asleep and breathing softly, his torso is now completely bare. And now, Master, do you? Why does my body feel so light all of a sudden? I was just falling asleep too. What happened? It's over. Someone's standing behind me. Oh, they're still there. Hey, could you keep going? My body still feels a little stiff. I called to the twins. I can feel them standing behind me. Keep going? Yeah, I want you to do my back next. Especially around the spine. Are you sure? Yeah, just make it a little stronger if you can. Alright, if you insist. Hey! This is the exact opposite of the relaxing sensation moments ago. It's excruciating. I try to get up. They're sitting on me. I can't get up. Aku, you have to stay still.
Wait, voice. Kuon!
You seem pretty tired. You're stiff all over. I'll do it a bit stronger, just like you requested. A dangerous woman.
Wait a second. Where's Ururu and Sanana?
Huh? I only saw you lying in your room when I came in.
What? But they were here just a moment ago.
Still pinned down, I craned my head to look around frantically.
They're not here. When the hell did they leave? Oh, anyways, you have to get off now. You've done enough.
Now, you need to get all the tension points relaxed before you fall asleep. It looks like you're still pretty exhausted. I'll keep going for now.
Wait.
Now I need you to lie still. She then presses down hard around my shoulder blades, grinding her thumb into my back.
Please. Mercy. If this continues, the only sleep I'll be getting is the one you never wake up from.
These pressure points might hurt a little, but they work. Don't grin and bear it. Just tell me if it hurts.
It hurts!
Well, maybe you need to bear it a little more.
Wait, come on.
I feel a jolt of pain shoot through me as Kuon jams her finger into where my back and neck connect. The drowsiness that was washing over me is long gone.
How did it end up like this?
That's good, VA. There's nobody remaining in the room who can answer my question. Interrupted. Yes, Kuon's actions have interrupted us. Change of plans. It seems we may have to rethink our strategy a bit. Next time. Yes, next time we will succeed in enticing Master. Failure. Yes, today ended in failure, but next time we shall prevail. The twins harden their resolve as their master arrives in pain behind them. And so another peaceful day passes at the end. Gosh, it's so much lemon. It's so citrusy. A little past noon, the sound of herbs being ground down fills Kuon's room.
Is this enough?
My pestle slows and I peer into the contents of the mortar. How are things coming along on your end, Haku? Is it ready yet?
Well, you think this'll do?
That should work fine. And next we add a pinch of picapo. She takes the mortar I pass over and adds some of the some kind of powder. She adds some kind of powder I've never heard of to the mix. Good, that should do it. Thanks for all your help, Haku.
Finally over. I'm exhausted. This really does take a lot. My arms are sore, I can barely move.
Nicely done, Haku. You were a big help today. This takes so many ingredients, so I needed a hand.
Well, I didn't mind helping. I just wasn't expecting it to be this hard.
Let me at least get you some tea as thanks.
Thanks. Make it real strong with plenty of milk and sugar.
Fine. Just wait here a moment. Isn't that kind of like what you don't want with strong tea? Real strong with milk and sugar? Or was he saying real strong, like with a lot of milk and sugar? Because that just sounds like a lot of normal tea. Yeah, the amount of sugar is making me, not sugar. The amount of lemon is making me kind of like squint my face after I drink it. As Kuon gets up to leave, the door suddenly opens and someone peeks in. Hey, you in here, Kuon. You want to hang out a bit? Oh, hey, Atui. Oh, you here too, love? What were you two doing here together?
Been helping Kuon with this stuff since morning.
Oh dear, this looks like something terribly bitter. What's it for? This one's a nourishing tonic. I thought I'd have Haku drink it.
Hang on, you want me to drink this medicine?
Did I not mention it before? You've been complaining so much recently about being so tired all the time.
First I've heard of it. You want me to drink this when it's clearly going to be bitter as hell?
Don't worry, it might look bitter, but it's actually sweet and quite easy to drink. We know Kuon ain't got taste buds.
Sweet? She's lying. She's gotta be. The only word that comes to my mind when I look at this is bitter.
I eye the murky green paste in the bowl. Even trying to imagine the taste just makes my face contort. Really? I wasn't expecting that. I thought all medicine was supposed to be bitter. Medicine doesn't have to taste bad to work. And besides, sweet things are often good as stimulants. Some things even taste spicy so as to elevate the body's temperature. Sounds like there's all kinds of medicine then. There are a multitude of effects depending on the mixture, so it's a lot to remember. A multitude. Oh, do you have anything like a medicine for love? The word you're looking for is an aphrodisiac. For love? At the bizarre question, Kuon just stares at Etsue for a couple seconds. Yep, I was wondering if you knew something about it, since you're an apothecary and all.
What, a medicine that literally makes someone fall in love?
Something like that. I'm not so good on the details, but I've been curious about it for a long time. A long time? I saw someone selling one back in the country. This really shady fellow was talking to a woman. I eavesdropped a bit and heard the lady was sad that her husband wasn't interested in her lately. So the man goes, "Wait, love, give him this and he'll be all over ya." And he gave her a bottle. They got British in Yamato?
Right, love. Give him this and he'll be all over you. All over you? So that's your medicine of love, Atoy? From how the guy was selling it, it'd be pretty suspicious of whatever's in that bottle.
Atoy, are you perhaps talking about... I asked for one too, but he just scowled and said,
"You're too young, kid."
I couldn't get any. Yeah, it's that Kansai slang. I suspected as such. Wong gives an understanding nod, apparently realizing what she's talking about. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this salesman of yours was talking about an aphrodisiac. An aphrodisiac? Seems like Atsue's never heard of the term before. She tilts her head in puzzlement. What's that? What kind of medicine is that? Is it a proper medicine of love? Well? What kind of medicine is it? Well? Atsue leans over, focused intently on Kuon. She seems very interested in the topic. Well, it stimulates your body so that you, You what? What is it? What does it make you do? You, Haku, why don't you explain it to her? Kuon's gaze drifts around the room and finally settles on me, her face bright red. I'm sure you can explain it better than me, right, Haku? See? He says he'll explain it to you.
Me? Me? Aren't you the one with authority on this herbal stuff?
Just explain it to her.
Kuon quickly turns away after making her demands. Why is she acting like that? She seems pretty agitated. Whatever, I don't see any harm in it. Well, to be blunt, an aphrodisiac is a sexual stimulant. By manipulating body chemistry, it makes one more inclined to fornication. And when you drink it, your libido greatly intensifies, and you end up consumed with your own lust.
Yeah, you know what? As far as ways to explain aphrodisiacs go, that's pretty good. That was not degenerate in the slightest. Kuon is blushing furiously. She's staying quiet, but I can see her ears perking up at every word I say. Oh, it sounds like a proper drop of passion. You think that makes someone fall in love with me?
I mean, loosely speaking, sort of. But I think you're misunderstanding what the stuff is meant for.
Well, that sounds lovely. I wonder how a man would approach me after a sip of that.
Seems like she's not listening to a word I say anymore. She's off her own little world. She's not listening. Wait a sec, though. Do those really exist? If I remember right, most of the so-called aphrodisiacs are fake. I've never heard of one actually working. Hey, Kuon, quick question. Are there any real aphrodisiacs?
Well, what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Just curious. I've heard most stuff they call aphrodisiacs are just fake.
Oh dear, is that true?
Yeah, I hear most of them are just stimulants, or they energize you a bit.
Then was that one a fake too? Now that I remember, that lady looked awfully disappointed the next day. So what's the answer, Kuon? Do real aphrodisiacs exist? Tell me. Kuon backs off a little, pressured by the combination of innocence and resolve in Atsue's eyes. They do exist in a manner of speaking. I've been taught how to make such substances. And just so we're clear, I'm not going to make any for you. Why? It sounds like fun. Just as Haku said, you're misunderstanding the core problem. But the medicine does make a man want a girl, right? That's what she said. It makes them want... It just excites them. But that doesn't mean they fall in love. Oh, so it's different. So does a medicine for love not exist? That's not quite sure. I'm pretty sure you're looking for a love potion. A love potion? So if someone drinks it, they'll fall in love with me? Real proper love? Something like that. So could you make it then? I could, but preparing it would be a little complicated.
What part of the process is so complicated then?
It's a very difficult mixture to make. I'm sure my mother would be able to make it, but... I see, so it'd be impossible for you to whip it up.
Atsue droops her shoulders, clearly disappointed.
I'm not saying I can't, but since handling it requires a lot of care, I've been forbidden from making it.
Forbidden? Why's that?
That kind of potion is considered taboo. Forcing someone to love you is a form of mind control. If something like that gets in the wrong hands, it'd be disastrous. You see the implications, Haku?
Yeah, true. If that was common, it'd be a huge mess. Like now they'll drink it, you'd be set for life. Heck, it would only take a single potion to take control of the whole country. No wonder she's antsy.
So you're saying it's a terribly dangerous potion? I suppose I mustn't ask you to make it then. That's what Mother told me time and time again to never use it. So it's not that I can't make it, okay? But isn't that curious?
What is? It's rare to see you this serious about something.
Well, if this potion is so awfully dangerous, why do they still teach people how to make it?
You're right. It does sound as though they keep passing down the formula.
You know, I get it. You need to teach people how to make stuff so they don't make it accidentally. It's like teaching people not to mix bleach and, like, chlorine. Was it chlorine? Fuck, I don't remember. I just know you shouldn't put bleach with a lot of, like, cleaner. Because then you end up with, like, mustard gas. So it's like, you don't want to end up with the love potion accidentally. You have to know how to make poison to avoid making poison. And the fact that you can make it means that somebody somewhere in the past has confirmed it works. They do say safety is written in blood.
Lady's got a point. Pretty sharp there, Atsue.
Kuon, do you know any stories of people who tried it? Say maybe your mama or someone? I don't think I've ever heard any stories of it being used recently.
Kuon slowly averts her eyes from Atsue's wide and curious stare.
It tastes like I'm drinking lemon juice. I don't like it. Doesn't have to be recently. I'd love it to, ever if you told me. We know Edidu is a virgin still. Wait, didn't they bone down though? I swear to God. I remember something about Hakuolo and Edidu boning down. The more vague answers Kuon gives, the more Atsue zeroes in on her, slowly shifting closer. I guess, like, you could say, like, virginity is a state of mind. Why do you want to hear so much about it? Do you have someone in particular you want to drink it? Edidu never did. What? Really? Didn't, like, I remember in Prelude there was like a scene where like they did the deed, no? Am I misremembering? Like oh, Edidu's the only one that never did in the Edoge version? Damn, that's crazy. So in the Edoge version, Edodu truly was in the NTR chair, and then they kind of fixed that in Prelude?
Me? No, nobody's popping into my head. But you know, it sounds like such a laugh. I get the feeling you wouldn't really like the story, Atui. So you won't tell me then? Let's leave it at that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Why, Kuon? Why?
Atui pleads with her, but Kuon quickly escapes into the hallway, dashing off with a clatter. If they do exist, I'm sure it'd be a real hassle for people to know how to make them. People will do anything they could to get a hold of it, and the makers would have to run like Kuon's doing now.
Come on, Kuon, pretty please. I want to know. I said no.
The two of them continue their pointless cat and mouse chase for the rest of the day. And we really are just like peak slice of lifing after that big lore drop. Osher's assignment ended up taking a lot longer than I expected. Thanks to that, by the time we head home, the sun's already setting. Nekone walked silently a little ahead of me. You know what? Fair. Nekone, after what we did to you, I probably just wouldn't talk to you ever again, you know? I'd be too embarrassed. I guess it's pretty rare for just the two of us to be out like this. As the thought crosses my mind, I called to Nekone. You tired at all?
It's only natural. We have just performed our task.
She answers me without even looking back. No reason to rush home, right? Why don't we visit the shops before we get back?
Our task is not complete until we return home.
Don't be so stiff. I'm getting a little hungry after having a drink back at that mansion.
Your function there was to serve as a bodyguard. Why would you get drunk during a job like that?
Hey, I wasn't drunk. And they challenged me. Crony to such a prissy lord wouldn't know a good drink. I had to defend my honor. See? Clearly I had no choice under the circumstances.
I am speechless. You are positively full of excuses.
Even her usual uptight speech can't hide the wariness in her voice. There was a conference between a bunch of powerful nobles just now. Oshtor was too busy, so... Nekone attended the conference in his stead as the prodigy scholar, and fulfilled the role of advisor. Advisor. So I was given the job of being your bodyguard. But in the end, none of the nobles needed any information from Nekone on the status of the city. So in the end, we were just there, sitting around uselessly to appease the nobles. And that's why Nekone's in such a foul mood. You know, when I see her walk like this, she looks like a normal little girl. She's smarter than other scholars and aced their exam. She must face a lot of curiosity and jealousy. But Nekone does her best for the sake of her brother. I'm sure she keeps a lot bottled up. I think she could act her age a little more though. After all, she's still only a kid.
And what are you pondering so intently?
Ah, crap, she's sharp. Guess there's no helping it. Usually try not to be such a busybody, but... Hey, Nekone. If something's troubling you, you must speak of it freely. Not keep it pent up. That is best for all. You have a bad habit of trying to take on all the burdens yourself. You can afford to rely on others a bit more. I give Nekone some sage advice while mimicking Oshtor's tone. She doesn't seem to be reacting much to it. Or she's completely ignoring me. Come on, I thought my Oshtor impression was getting better. Fine, I'll play my trump card. I pull out the object I carry around for such an occasion and affix it to my... that's funny that he's made this a bit. Nekone, I will not be able to remain at your side forever. If you ever feel lonely, do not hesitate to treat Haku as another brother. You may ask him anything. She kicked me right in the shins.
I cannot believe you still carry that cheap imitation around with you.
Would you stop kicking me every single damn time? Come on, I thought it was pretty funny. Nekone fixes me with a cold stare. Because of the dim light, I can't tell whether the expression on her face is anger or exasperation.
Oh, Neko, an Oshtor. What a lovely coincidence to run into you two like this.
Well met. I did not expect to encounter you by chance in such an area.
Did I get in the way of some family time?
Not at all. I was just having some trouble with Nekone. She does not seem to want to listen to my counsel.
Nekone not listening to you? Well, that's a bit curious, isn't it? Neko, what's the A sudden gust blows the paper mask askew for a moment, revealing my true face. Guess it's not that secure. I quickly replace it as Atsui tilts her head in bafflement, staring closely at me.
Something's kind of strange with you today, Oshtor. Or is that you under there, love?
Well, I suppose the jig is up. I get kicked again, and as I recoil in pain, Nekone yanks the mask off my face. Would you quit that already?
This is what I think of your jig.
Nekone crushes my paper mask in her hands and throws my masterwork on the ground like a piece of trash. Oh, come on. It was a masterpiece. I quickly snatch it up, but it seems beyond repair.
Oh, it really was you, love. Your voice and your demeanor were just like Oshtor. I honestly couldn't tell the difference. But why were you pretending to be Oshtor just now?
No real reason, just thought it might be funny. It's a little too embarrassing to admit I was trying to cheer Nekone up.
I guess the fact that I mistook you for Oshtor means you developed a dignified air, love.
Oh, you think so too? I don't want to brag, but I've been thinking the same thing lately. Of course, flattery isn't going to get you anything from me.
You're too sly for me. There are no similarities whatsoever between you.
Nekone mutters softly to herself.
There is no way my dear brother's anything like you. Well, of course, Oshtor is Oshtor. And he's just himself, aren't you, love? Oh, were you two on your way back?
Atsui prods Nekone's pouting cheeks as she asks her question. I suggest we stop by some vendors as we head back. I'm starving.
Oh, sounds like a plan. I'll come with if you've got room for one more. You two can go on then.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. No, she'll be pissed at me if I told him you went alone. I nailed down a bit getting to eye level with Nekone. And besides, Oshtor asked me in the first place. He wanted me to take you somewhere nice first.
Dear brother said that?
Why don't you ask Oshtor about it later, if you think I'm lying? I'm lying, obviously, but Nekone needs a breather. And I'm sure Oshtor will back me up. What a brother!
But if we don't hurry back, dear brother will be...
It was your dear brother who wanted this for you.
Dear brother...
Nekone's mouth curves up in an awkward smile. It's pretty clear she's trying to stifle a grin. Seeing a few games you want to play? Oh, nice. Yeah, there's like a handful. There's like a handful on my list, I think, because I know at least upcoming, we got like Expedition coming up, which seems interesting to me. Of course, Beyond the Horizon. After that, was the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake coming out this year? Lunar Remaster Collection, Digimon Storytime Stranger, and Progress Order. Oh. I still need to finish Dragon Quest 2. Oh yeah, and Somnium's third game is coming out, Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar. I need to hop on Somnium. Because I have both of them in my Steam library. That's another one of those like permanent backlogs right now. But I know it's also kind of visual novel-esque. If not actually just a visual novel. And it'll be another crime to start like it'll be a crime to start another long-form game while we're going through all of these.
Haku's right. Come on, Neko. Let's all have a nice evening out.
Nekone finally nods, giving in.
You have a lot, you have to eat lots, Neko. It's so you can grow bigger. What is it? You are weighing my head down. And why are you poking at my cheeks?
Atsui hugs Nekone from the back, her bosom resting on Nekone's head, while she keeps poking her.
You not like it?
Oh yeah, Room Factory Guardians of Azuma. Room Factory, big. And I keep forgetting, it was like the game that Union Gamer mentioned a couple times back. It's like it was getting a release because that looked really cool. It looked very like Final Fantasy, but like not really. It was like being made during like 15, I think. But that looked cool too.
Oh, Neko, you're so cute when you're embarrassed. I am not embarrassed. Come on, Haku, if we're going to get food, we should hurry. She's right. And you're paying, right, love? I can order however much I want, right?
What? When did I say I was paying for your food?
Really? I would have expected Oshtor to give you a little money if he's the one who told you to do it.
Well, you see, I was just letting Anekane to agree. Come on, can't you tell?
違う
Or am I wrong?
No, you're not. Kuon's manipulating me with Kuon manipulating me with devious forethought is one thing, but also doing it obliviously is another. Oh, damn it, my wallet gets lighter by the day. How? I have no idea how things ended up like this. As per usual, Wukon asked to see me and I left to his manor. But it was Oshtor waiting for me, and he dragged me all the way to the throne hall. What the hell am I doing in a place like this? I feel like every time I've come here so far, it's been related to something extremely important. Also, something I'm noticing now, there's books in those staircases. Or that staircase. Just as I expected, I look around to see all the bigwigs of Yamato lining in place. I feel like this is like the 5th time we've seen his name come up. Oshtor on one side. And we've definitely seen Mikazuchi show up. And Munechika. Munechika standing a little ways away. Just in case we forgot him, I guess. And that giant, Budai, I think. One of the bearers of the Akuruka, like Oshtor. Imagine Haku puts on the fake mask now. And there's Woshi's. And that skinny guy over there is Woshi's. He's the one who keeps the 8 Pillar Generals in line. I like him the most. He seems very, like, powerful. Over there is Mikazuchi's brother Raiko, the undefeated general if I remember correctly. Great, he's here too. Talk about a cliche government official. In a weird way though, it's kind of a relief to see him. He's easier to read than the others. In any case, all the government and military officials have glimpsed within the court are all here. It's quite the distinguished gathering. And a civilian like me definitely doesn't belong here. Hey, Oshtor. Yes. Why exactly am I here? It's pretty obvious I don't fit in with this crowd. You're summoned here by direct order of my liege. You belong here without question, Haku. What? Bro, what the hell are you thinking? He was talking about having me succeed him and all, but is this part of that? I better not be planning on revealing our relationship to all these people. Who is that man? The face is not one I've seen before. What is a man like that doing in our midst? The curious gaze of the officials around us are all concentrating on me. It's like sleeping on a bed of nails. Why does this kind of stuff happen to me? I don't know what this is all about, but I just want to go home and sleep. As I stand by there thinking to myself, I noticed all suddenly gone quiet. He comes. Our liege now enters! The austere bamboo blinds open up to reveal a man in an extravagant wheelchair, the Mikado, my brother. Beside him is Honoka, followed by a number of court ladies. You may all lift your heads. At Honoka's voice, all the retainers within the hall humbly raise their heads. The Mikado lazily casts his eyes across the hall. Your valor in the previous war was commendable. Those Uzurishans have now surely learned their place, and will trouble us no more. We need no such praise. We hone our skills for your use, my liege. We conquer all who oppose the throne. Good. The recent past has given me much cause to rethink my philosophy on the governance of this country. I have concluded that sitting idle and content on this land will not bring us further prosperity. That is why I have chosen to continue our path onward. Oh. Are we expanding? The time has come for Yamato to commence an attack on foreign land. Don't tell me he's gonna try to attempt war with Tuskud.
No!
We shall begin our invasion of Tuskur.
So the time has finally come to set foot on that land.
Very well. I shall annihilate all who stand in our way.
Invade Tuskur? Wait, why? Didn't they just send their ambassadors here? Did they start something? No, can't be. I haven't heard anything of the sort. So this invasion is completely unprovoked. Bro, why are you doing this? What am I going to tell Kuon?
Oshtor. My liege. I would hear your opinion on this matter.
The hall suddenly fills with restless murmuring. It's clear the other generals are upset. They can't understand why Oshtor was chosen and not them.
Understood.
Oshtor bows as all eyes focus on him.
It pains me to say that I must disagree with you, my liege. Oh?
The air in the hall freezes at these words.
It has been mere days since Yamato peacefully welcomed ambassadors from the country in question. The two Kaminage wish for peace between our nations. We have a chance to forge a strong alliance. What is more, the invasion would require that we cross the sea, costing ample resources and time. Even should we claim victory, their differences in ideology would cause unrest in occupation and governance. I ask that you please reconsider your decision, my liege.
The surrounding murmurs raise in volume and indignant outrage. Oshtor's argument is a reasonable one, but those in the hall don't seem to have taken it that way. Silence that impudent tongue of yours, Oshtor! How dare you talk to our liege with such audacity?
Bold of him. A bold move indeed.
Lord Oshtor. Mikazuchi remains silent. Munichika seems to want to say something, but she can't seem to gather the right words. This isn't good. Nobody's on our side for this one. Control yourselves. You are in the presence of our ruler.
I see. And what about you? What do you think, Haku?
I'm caught completely by surprise. For several seconds, I just stand there dumbfounded.
I would hear your perspective on the matter. You may speak.
For some reason, he turns to me next. I feel all eyes turn to me. Ah, damn it, man. What the hell are you doing? All besides Oshtor, Munichika, and Mikazuchi stare, as if unable to believe what's happening. Believe me, I'm with you guys on this one. This is how anyone would react if the Mikado suddenly asked some random nobody for their opinion. I can feel countless piercing gazes pouring into me. Surprise, confusion, curiosity. Among the emotions in their gazes, I also sense anger. Even enmity. Come on, give me a break. I've attracted enough attention from just being here. What are you thinking, man? But standing there silently is just gonna make things worse. I should probably give my honest opinion in this case.
I agree with what Oshtor has to say. So you two would defy our liege's will?
This guy's scaring the shit out of me.
I wouldn't say defying, I just answered honestly since he asked for my opinion. And who permitted your presence here? A worm like you was unfit to even exist in such a place.
Yeah, you definitely have a point, but worm might be a bit much. Lord Budai, you will desist. Lord Haku has been granted leave by our liege to be present here as Oshtor's subordinate. If you would question his presence, that is tantamount to questioning the will of our liege.
It was I who gave him permission. Stand down, Budai. As you wish.
The giant man gives a deep bow to the Mikado and backs down from me. He can cut the tension in the air with a knife.
Oshtor and Haku, your argument is sound. Your conclusions are only natural when viewing the situation in a more objective manner.
Thank you, my liege.
I do not deserve such praise. Truly, the Kaminage of Tuskur were persons of great character, as leaders and as individuals. As you said, Oshtor As you said, Oshtor, we might have established a lasting and fruitful relationship with them, my liege. However, my decision remains unchanged.
But why?
As you wish. Oshtor, what are you? Lord Haku.
Oshtor halts me with one raised hand. I have no choice but to keep silent.
There is no further opposition. Your will is our command, my liege. There shall be none that question your command. Good. Then our next task would be to decide who to send to Tuskur.
Ah, if that's the case, then please let... As the pudgy man begins to waddle forward, one glare from Vada immediately shuts him up.
My liege, please allow me to execute this task. My annihilation of Tuskur's feeble army shall be swift and inevitable.
The grim smile on Vadai's face is almost predatory as he clenches his fists.
Please, my liege, a moment. My sources say that Tuskur's military is well trained and organized.
A mere show of brute force will not bring us victory. If it pleases you, allow me that honor.
Be silent, Raiko. I need no help from the likes of you.
No,
Perhaps you misunderstand me, but allow me to clarify. I shall succeed alone. And what do you hope to accomplish with those frail scribe arms? Stay out of my way! However one may pride their martial ability, brute strength does not command the battlefield.
what is your decision, my liege?
Woshis, please present your assessment.
Yes, my liege. My humble opinion is that, to begin with, we must secure Lord Soyan Kekuru's aid in order to cross the ocean to Tuskur. There exists a path by land, but its viability varies with the tide. It will not serve a large army. Thus, a sea route would prove the far better option.
Send word to Soyan Kekuru then.
Yes, my liege. The arrangements will be made immediately.
And the rest?
Just as the generals seem ready to say their pieces again, Woshis interrupts with his calm counsel. I would nominate Lord Raiko, Lord Dekopompo, and Lady Monochika for this task. Wow.
Oh?
I would appoint Lord Raiko as the marshal of this campaign. As we must cross the ocean for the invasion, our numbers will necessarily be limited. Moreover, Tuskur would have the advantage of terrain. Lord Raiko would be perfectly suited. And Lord Dekopompo shall serve as our offense. In the previous war, he was able to turn the tide when faced with extremely dire circumstances. I know he will be more than capable of meeting your expectations in this war, my liege. Woshis is doing more than he lets on. I think he's setting us up for a bit of a failure.
I thought I heard Mikazuchi was the one that made it just in time to save them.
I guess he's trying to gloss over that part so Dekopompo gets some credit.
Very well then. You may leave it in my hands.
Dekopompo energetically puffs his chest up.
I get it.
Woshi's giving him a chance to redeem himself, in a way that doesn't hurt his pride. And certainly I believe Lady Monochika would be the obvious choice for our defense. I'm sure she will fight in a fashion befitting one bestowed with the title of Guardian. Lord Woshis, it is my responsibility to defend the Imperial Capital with my life, should the need ever arise. The duty was granted to me by my liege, and must be held over all else. I cannot leave this land.
Yet the invasion of Tuskur is the will of our liege as well. Our liege desires our own Our liege's desires are our own desires. Is that not so?
Very well. I humbly accept this task. As Monochika bows her head, Woshis gives her an apologetic look. And in Lady Monochika's absence, Lord Oshtor, her duty of defending the Imperial Capital falls to you.
Understood.
That is all. Lord Raiko as Marshal, Lord Dekopompo for offense, and Lady Monochika for defense. These will be my nominations to lead the conquest of Tuskur. My liege.
Very well. Hold, Washis. You have some objection. My name was not mentioned. Indeed not, Lord Vodai. I would have you protect the Imperial capital alongside Lord Oshtor. Vodai's eyes narrow at Washi's curt response. Oh jeez. Can he really talk to him like that? The guy looks like he's ready to explode. I have read the reports from the campaign in Uzrisha. It would appear you dispatched a great many of the enemy forces on your own. What of it? It would also appear that a majority of those you killed were Nakwans. What is it you're trying to say? As you may already know, the Nakwans were forced to fight after their families were taken hostage. If you had eliminated the enemy commander sooner, the Nakwans may well have surrendered. And much of this bloodshed would have been avoided. Laughable. You would have had me show mercy to the weaklings such as those. Our upcoming campaign requires us to fight our enemy in a wholly unfamiliar land. It is imperative that we move according to plan and maintain order in the ranks. But you have been observed to take far too much pleasure in the thrill of battle. Washis, one might almost think you aim to say that I am a liability. All I mean to say is that each person is fit for specific duties, and unfit for others. You dare! Calm yourself, Vodai. Your might is a great asset to me. I promise you the day I need your strength will come again. Such words are wasted on the likes of me. Thus do I ask you to stand down. Preserve that strength until the day comes when I require it again. Washi's words seem harsh, but with the Mikado's support behind them, there's not much that Vodai can say. As you wish. Although his reluctance is clear, Vodai finally backs off, calm and stone-faced. As for Lord Mikazuchi, I wish for you to continue the eradication of remaining Uzrishan resistance. Mikazuchi kept his silence through all this chaos, but seems to have no qualms with his task. Very well. That is his only response, along with a nod. Washi continues to instruct the government and military officials lining the hall. Damn, he's good. He managed to organize all those temperamental individuals just like that. I had figured him to be much more helpless from his looks, but I guess I was wrong. The Mikado nods approvingly from his throne. Looks like that Washi's guy has my brother's complete trust. He's not skilled on the field like Osho and the rest, but I guess he's a master of all things political. Washi's, huh? The conference eventually comes to an end. The officials begin filing out one by one. To have such a man of questionable background as subordinate, learn to temper your caprice, Lord Oshtor. Yeah, strange how the three most important figures of Yamato are being separated, right? I know Woshi is on some bullshit. I wouldn't really say Dekapompo's that important, but like... moving Munechika and moving Vodai? Or not Vodai, what's his name? Tactician. Daiko. Moving Daiko in there too? That leaves the only like tactically minded pillar in Yamato. Washi's, no? Clearly Dekapompo's the most important. He's got plot armor. You know what? That's just Washi's doing us a favor, getting rid of the guy. Yeah, Mikazuchi's also... oh, right, Mikazuchi's on the Uzrishan duty. So he's not going to be in Yamato. The only people here are Oshtor. The guy that looks like Chairman Seta from Yakuza, I don't remember his name. Washi's. And Vodai. And you. I hope you do not forget that our liege's great magnanimity is the only reason you're here. Sure, whatever. As we leave, we're bombarded on all sides with harsh criticism. Keep my face polite and blank. Yeah, Budai, Oshito, and Moshi are the only one remaining in Yamato? I thank you for your word of caution. On the other hand, Oshito turns to them and gives a grand bow in response. I guess he doesn't want to cause even more trouble by retorting back at them. Well, he'd never have been an Imperial Guard if he couldn't do something as simple as this. In any case, no point in me staying in an awful place like this. I better get back to the Hakurakaku. But just as I'm thinking to myself, is the Hakurakaku in danger? Surely they know they got spies in there with like Carlisle and Toka. My vision goes completely dark. I look up to see what's going on and find a giant wall before me. Did he walk into Budai? I'm pretty sure the path didn't lead to a dead end. Yep. Man is built like a fucking wall. Budai looks down at me with cold, sharp eyes, as though he's trying to intimidate me. I'm sure he could kill someone with his stare alone. Can I help you? Almost feels like he can't hear a single thing I say. Budai stares at me and Oshito in cold silence for a while. And eventually he turns and leaves. I can't help but let out a sigh of relief. Oh, holy shit, that was scary. I'm sorry, the fault is mine, but I does not think very highly of me. I once managed to tarnish his reputation as undefeated champion by besting him in a tournament. It took all my cunning to outsmart him and claim victory, but he deemed my strategy despicable. A wry laugh escapes Oshito as he speaks. Wait, he actually managed to beat Budai before? God, Oshito's a monster too. Budai, huh? All the generals besides Munechika seem pretty quirky, but I never see eye to eye with that guy. You must not speak so. The man's loyalty to the Mikado is beyond reproach. None compare as an ally. As an ally, huh? But it did look like he held a fair amount of animosity towards Oshito. Guess the existence of the Mikado is absolute enough to unite them all. I really don't want to be thrown in the spotlight like that again. Come on, bro, give me a break. Later that night, Daiko sits in a room within the palace, deep in thought. I do not understand. Does something trouble you, Lord Daiko? Yes, the invasion of Tuscar. It feels much too rushed. Why would our liege rush to such a decision? What are your thoughts on this, Shichira? I'm afraid I cannot say. Perhaps it is simply beyond us to try to understand the mind of a god. Perhaps that's true. Even I do not have an answer to that. Perhaps our liege believes his prior military passivity is to blame for the Uzrushian invasion. That was my first theory. However, there was far too much amiss with today's assembly. He is moving far too quickly. Does he know that Hakuolo is asleep and is he trying to wake up Hakuolo? I can only assume that a new factor has been added to the equation. A new factor? Yes. It may be appalling to say so, but perhaps our liege does not have much longer to live. Lord Daiko, such talk is... You believe it's blasphemous. Yet if a new age is dawning on this land, I will not sit idly by. Shichiriya. Sir! The time may come when I ask you to act where I cannot. Matters may shortly become chaotic. As you command. The city's been filled with hustle and bustle since early morning. Today is the day Munechika and the others depart for the invasion of Tuscar. The court musicians positioned along the main gate play a gallant and uplifting tune. Soldiers decked out in extravagant parade armor march in orderly rhythm to the music. The people of the city wave and cheer as they watch the soldiers march past. All seem confident that Yamato will again be victorious, and their eyes gleam with excitement. It's really interesting how they're building up this story, because it's like they had us get endeared to the people of Tuscar and like the way everything was going. And then they have us now in a position where we're a part of a country that's attacking that.
It's very similar to like how it would be like if they did the inverse. It would be like if Trails did the inverse of like how like they had us endeared to like the people of Liberl in Trails in the Sky. And then instead of like fighting Calvert or something, yeah, it makes you like, oh yeah, actually, you know what? Crossbow is way better analogy. Right, because we had a crossbow before Cold Steel. Yeah, it's like getting to know Crossbow and then occupying Crossbow. Yeah, all seem confident that Yamato will again be victorious, and their eyes gleam with excitement. Dekapompo, whose army leads the march, nears the gate towards the leading out of the city. Let me read that again. That was really fucked up. Dekapompo, whose army leads the march, nears the gates leading out of the city. And I see one man lead the procession, running towards me with tears streaming down his face. No, we're sending fucking Marudo to die? We're sending out Marudo to die in Tuskud? It's crazy. Oh, Master Haku. Here, you can wipe your tears with this. Wait, that's my... Oh, thou art kind. It's covered in snot now. You better get going again or they're gonna leave you behind. Faith, I know this, but... Alas, my crusade taketh me over to the wide sea. I already doth my heart grow heavy from our parting. Still, you're that tactician. You gotta keep your chin up. Perhaps, but in the heat of the war past, all my efforts were for naught. My faith, I am assailed by doubt and racked by fear, and I am unfit to serve as a tactician. Mado. I heard that Dekapompo blamed all his own mistakes on Marudo's strategy during the last war. I feel awful for Marudo, but this time he'll have Munichika with him. I'm sure things won't get that bad. My sire hath ordered the building of yet another further storage shed to house more dear-priced antiques. Methinks a further blow to my wages would mark as more fatal than one from the headsman's axe. I don't know what to say. You got it as tough as ever, don't you? You better get going, though. At this rate, you're really going to be left behind. Oh, thou speakest true. No, Master Haku, my heart cries out in our farewell. See you later, Mado. Don't go doing anything reckless, okay? You can go be a hero and get the glory, but it's pointless if you don't come back alive. Master Haku! We'll go get a drink when you get home. We can invite Ukon and everyone else. We'll all have a good time. He's not making it back. Marudo is not seeing the sight of these shores again. Man. You know what? It's gonna be even crazier. It's probably gonna be fucking Benowi or like Kuro that kills Marudo. And then I'm gonna be conflicted. I'm gonna be like, damn, that's my homeboy, but also they kind of just killed my homeboy. Oh, Master Haku, thou art a friend to surpass the dearest of all friends. Get off of me. You're getting snot all over me. Oh, jeez. The guy's gonna miss the war at this rate. The procession's moved on considerably since we started talking with him. This cheering. I see. She was bringing up the rear. Maybe I'll head over to the front of the palace. Yo, looks like you made it just in time, boss. Looks like you made it. Shinanon, daughter. Munichika is just about to depart. Oh, here she comes. I too am cheering. Oh, well, she definitely looks damn snazzy with that. Ooh, damn snazzy. Hey, why don't we go with them? Like hell. It's quite a lot of cheering for her. Just goes to show how much people admire Miss Munichika. Matsuri nods, a proud smile on her face. I would expect no less from her, and I am proud to count her as a friend. I can count the number of times you met her on one hand. When the hell did you become friends? Oh, it's the princess. Anju is going to Tuskud? We look up to see Anju out on the balcony, high atop the palace. She silently waves to the departing soldiers, a number of retainers steadily flanking her. She's just saying her farewells. She must be out in public in the Mikado's stead to send off the soldiers.
When I see her like this, she really does look like a princess, all pristine and regal. Or at least the opposite of when she's lazing around with us. She looks like a totally different person. I would have thought she'd make a fuss about Munichika leaving, but I guess not.
Of course she does. She's the Imperial Princess after all. It's Anju. Looks a little forlorn. Yeah, we're actually leaving Anju in a pretty bad place, huh? I don't know if Oshtor can protect Anju the whole time like Munichika did. It almost seemed. Oh my god. I get it. But if that was the case, I don't see why you'd leave Vodai in the capital. I feel like there could be a coup. I thought I saw Munichika's mouth the words, "I have to go now." Or, I thought I saw Munichika mouth the words, "I have to go now." And Anju slightly nods. There goes Munichika. Maybe later I'll buy some of that candy the princess loves so much. You may count on us to watch over the princess, Munichika. I pray for your safety.
Munichika, there's probably nothing to worry about. I'm sure she wouldn't do something that would make the princess sad.
We have to keep that in case she makes the princess sad.
How's it going, kid?
So Lady Munichika has already left.
Ukon, what are you doing out here? Isn't this an official send-off ceremony? Shouldn't Oshtor be doing his thing here? Maybe, but Raiko and Dekapompa would hardly want to send off from Oshtor, even if Munichika might. I'm here instead. Right, Oshtor's supposed to be against this whole invasion, huh? Guess things turned out like this anyways. If it's the will of our liege, then it's what we gotta do. What he says is truth, and he'll never lead us astray. We have to follow his orders. That's just how it goes. Yep, that's just how it goes. The will of our liege, huh? The invasion of Tuskud. What can he be thinking? By the way, where's Kuon? Don't see her anywhere around. Kuon's still sleeping in her room. Oh well, he's refusing to get up, I guess. Well, nobody want to send off an army that's about to invade your homeland. I feel terrible for her. She seemed understanding about it. She knows you're not at fault here, Rokon, so don't worry too much. But she can't really hide her bad mood. Your sister. I'm worried. What if she becomes ill from all this? I don't know. I think she'll be fine. Indeed. Kuon is no pushover. She and I have acknowledged each other as worthy rivals after all. When exactly did that happen? Well, I think she'll be fine too, but that doesn't mean we should just leave her like that. I'm gonna head back now. Gotta try to cheer up our little princess after all. Alright, give her my regards. You know what? Never mind. I'll leave it up to you. I will go too. Now, how do I cheer her up? I guess some good food couldn't hurt. I'll prepare a feast for her, with Doritia's help. Man, we do not want to see the war. I knew it was going to happen from the very start, but it still sucks. As the Yamatans set foot on Tuskud soil, they occupy the coast and set up a port as a military foothold. What city? Where are they? I need to know. A great road leads inland from the shoreline, an essential tool for transporting goods. The road leads directly to the very heart of Tuskud. And so Yamato's invasion of the land of Tuskud begins. Are they gonna have to fight the mechs though? Tuskud, caught completely unaware, is forced to take quick offensive action. That's our boys dying! No!
Soldiers are stationed at points throughout the road, but they were unable to halt Yamato's advance inland. Man. Hate to see it. Where are they stopping? Soon the Yamatan army succeeds in establishing a fort along the road, a headquarters for invasion forces. Yamatan encampment, Tuskar Conquest Army headquarters. That night, the three commanders, Decapompo, Munichika, and Raiko, hold a meeting within the fortress. The only other members present are the retainers who stand in the back. All the other soldiers rejoice in their victory by the large central bonfire with food, drinks, and song. From time to time, the generals can hear the soldiers' raucous laughter in the wind. Their easy victories so far have buoyed their spirits.
We are advancing swiftly without question. I would expect no less from the Pillar Generals. It seems we have little to fear from Tuskud.
So much for this land where God sleeps? They're just a backwater little island. They pose no more of a threat than those Uzurtian barbarians. Oh, perhaps so. We shall continue to ride this wave of triumph all the way to the very heart of Tuskud.
Oh, outstanding, Lord Decapompo. What great insight you have.
Of course I do. Here, drink up too.
Thank you so much, sir.
You treat this with far too much carelessness. We still know very little about this land. What is more, they still have the terrain advantage. If we rush heedlessly in, we may find the enemy eager to welcome us with heavy casualties. It is my opinion that we should proceed with caution. Well. Sounds to me like the strategy of a coward. I hardly believe such words come from one of the proud pillar generals of Yamato, Munichika. Being wary is all fine and good, but we shall never seize victory if we withdraw into our shells. Anyhow, why don't we ask the opinion of our marshal, Lord Raiko?
Munichika presents a valid point. A general must never underestimate their enemy, regardless of their circumstances. Yet allowing caution and excess to slow down our forces would be foolish. Whether it is a trap or not, I'm sure that with Decapompo's valor we may triumph over such obstacles.
Yes, exactly. Just as expected, Raiko. It seems you have a solid grasp of the greater picture. Even so.
Munichika, I am the one appointed marshal for the expedition. I am fully aware of my responsibilities. No doubt you have your own opinions on this, but I will have you obey my decisions here.
Understood. And if you'll excuse me, I have much to prepare for. Bokunante, Marado, we go.
Understood!
Aye, master. I will excuse myself as well then. Are you certain about this? I believe Lady Munichika may be correct in thinking the enemy is preparing a trap.
It hardly matters. I'm getting rather sick and tired of having to see that swine's bloated face. If he aims to jump into the flames himself, all the more convenient for me. He's more than welcome to try it. Of course, regardless of how well the swine is roasted, I doubt anyone will find him appetizing.
A cold assessment, my lord.
Also, if I play my hand correctly, I may even be able to rid myself of that bothersome guardian.
I see. In truth, Munichika's fears are well-founded. The Yamatan fortress has been set up precisely where the Tuskud army had cleverly guided them to.
Reporting! We have lost contact with units 1, 3, and 4! Huh?
We've also received reports that Unit 2 has been ambushed from the rear. Major casualties sustained. From the rear? What's going on? Bakoginante! Where's the enemy coming from? I'm not sure what's going on either. Throughout the mountains is a network of hidden pathways utterly unknown to the Yamatans. The Tuskar soldiers use these paths to go around the Yamatan army, making their fortress useless. And on top of that... Oh, unhappy fortune! The supply units bound for the landing port have been set up upon enemy forces! What? There's only one traversable road from the shore to the fortress. Every Yamatan supply unit heading by road to the fortress is soon attacked, and the supply is taken. They keep losing. I would just stop sending them. So it's come to this, just as I expected. We can neither take the offensive nor retreat. We're completely isolated from the rest of the army. We have yet to clash head-on, but if these skirmishes continue, our forces will be whittled down. But who could have foreseen such difficulty? No, perhaps this is what she meant. Oh, Kuon. Kuon knew. She had no power, but she knew. She warned her. Miss Munichika, is there no way that the invasion of Tuskar can be stopped? I'm afraid it is impossible. If our liege commands it, we're duty-bound to carry his will. But many people will die if this war begins. Ah, yes. You have relations in Tuskar, if I recall. I'm sorry, but I have no power to change this. I see. I suppose there's not much left to say then. Please be careful. Come home safe. Perhaps this entire invasion was a mistake. No, I cannot afford to let my resolve waver now. I must find a way out of this dire situation. Man, they're fucking fighting for their lives out there. There's good people in Tuskar though. I think they will be safe. Even if they're out there killing people. Oshtor, what did you want to talk to me about? I came alone like you asked. Into the room to find Oshtor seated in his chair with eyes closed as though meditating. I sit down across from him. I didn't bring Kuon, Nekone, or even the twins with me today. Oshtor had instructed me to come alone and specifically asked that I not bring Kuon with me. Oshtor opens his eyes in grave silence. Damn. We have lost contact with the army we sent to Tuskar. What? We sent reinforcements immediately after, but we shortly lost our communications with them as well. Are you saying Munichika's been defeated? No. It does not appear as though the enemy has fallen back yet. We seem locked in a stalemate. I see. A sigh of relief escapes me. However, the situation is dire. The army is isolated and beyond the reach of supply convoys. The supplies may last a while, but it's only a matter of time until they run dry. So what is it you're trying to say? Don't tell me you're planning on... Huh. Your keen mind makes this much simpler. I would have you deliver supplies to our army. Figured as much. At the same time, depending on the situation there, I wish for you to lend your aid to Lady Munichika. Hold on, delivering supplies is one thing, but we don't exactly have a bunch of soldiers lying around. I seriously doubt we're going to be much help to her. I did not mean martially. I had hoped that you would be able to provide more moral support. What do you mean? You remember Dekopompo, do you not? Yeah, fat-ass general, basically a petty crook. Only has his position because of nepotism or something. What about him? Firstly, you must know why he was chosen for this campaign. In the last war, he erred gravely. To put it plainly, he's been given an opportunity to redeem himself.
Thus I believe Decapompo is likely to attempt to seize glory in a blind, artless assault. However, Lady Munechika's expertise lies in defensive strategies. One can say they are like oil and water. Without the cooperation of her allies, even Lady Munechika will be hard-pressed. But isn't the Marshal Mikazuchi's brother, that Raiko guy? I don't know him that well, but Mikazuchi said he's a tactician beyond compare. I doubt he'd let that slide. I speak in all earnest when I tell you I am certain Decapompo will not obey Lord Raiko's orders. He sees Lord Raiko as an upstart, and Lady Munechika as a novice who's won her title through wiles and charm. Blinded by pride and believing himself the greatest of us, he considers those below him worthless. In fact, he would likely blame a poor situation on the perceived incompetence of those around him. Eager to regain honor, he will act rashly, forcing Lord Raiko and Lady Munechika to clean up his mess. I see. Yeah, we have seen it happen with Marudo, right? I don't get it. How the hell did a guy like that ever become one of the 8 Pillar Generals? I'm not too clear on the politics around here, but is corruption really that rampant? If it's complicated stuff, you don't have to explain it. I don't want to know anything too incriminating. No, it's nothing like that. Yamato once had a general of great integrity. On his deathbed, he begged our liege to look after his child, worried for his future. That general was a true paragon of honesty, honor, and loyalty. I cannot go into too much detail, but I assume you can gather the gist of the matter. Yeah, I think I get it now. Now the topic at hand, in any case. That is why I must ask you to join up with Lady Munechika. I would go myself, but as I have inherited Lady Munechika's duty of defending the Imperial capital, I am not able to leave this place. Will you do this for me? I'm sure Munechika will be well pleased to see familiar faces coming to her aid. What to do? Accepting this job means, however minor of a role, we're taking part in the invasion of Tuskud. It's not just me wanting to keep my hands clean after all. There's no right or wrong in war, just opposing ideologies. But Tuskud is Kuon's homeland, and that changes everything. I can't help invade the homeland of the one who saved me. And even for Munechika, Kuon wouldn't... Wait. Taking on this job might be better than just milling over it here. I do not wish to rush you for an answer. No, I'll go. You sure? We handle the jobs you give us. That's what we do. And that's all there is to it. Right? I see. Thank you. And besides, whichever way this ends up going, I want to be there to see it with my own eyes. I'm sure Kuon would say the same thing. Yeah, if we're there, we have control. To Tuskud, all of us. After returning, I gather everyone to tell them we're going to Tuskud. Shock is visible on everyone's face. Yeah, sorry this is so sudden. Long story short, we need to deliver some supplies to Munechika. But it probably won't just be a simple delivery job. And by that you mean? The war is locked in a stalemate. If Tuskud forces try to stop us, we have to fend for ourselves. But that would mean... Nakane glances uncertainly towards Kuon. Her expression hardens. It's expected. Though she shut herself away since the invasion began. Telling everyone except Kuon about this would be unfair. I have to be honest here. Depending on the situation, we may be doing more than just protecting ourselves if Munechika needs us. It's entirely possible that some of us may die. We have 2 days. Pay's good, but it's no ordinary job. If you don't want to come, you don't have to. That's all. Master, wake up. Master Mito calls for you. Got it. I get out of bed before the twins can slip into it. Had a feeling you'd be calling me tonight. Yeah, reminder. Yeah, they're really, really strong. Every single one of them. They fought God and they won. Guess I was right to sleep in my clothes so I don't have to waste time getting ready. What's wrong? Let's go. Disappointing. You're an incorrigible tease, Master. What exactly do you two want from me? Thank you for coming.
Welcome. Please come sit down. Two of them welcome me with a familiar smile when I enter the room.
I had a feeling you want to see me tonight. Oh? You've already heard from Moshtor about me heading to Tuskud, right? Yes, you're exactly right. It appears we must part ways for a while. I wanted to see you one more time before you depart. Alright, I actually have a gift for you today. The twin standing by my side moved forward, placing a parcel on the table at my cue.
For you. Please have some while it's still cold.
As the twins open up the parcel, the two faces before me break into soft smiles. Oh, this is...
Is this?
On the tray are 2 plates with puffs for each of them. Did you make this, Haku? No, I mean, I might have worked on the recipe, but the actual cooking is all due to Tia. She's gotten really good at it now. She makes it way better than I can.
Tia, the youngest princess of Kyujiri. Memory serves.
Ah, yes. Now that I recall, you quite enjoyed sweets like this. You often made them yourself. The outer shell is nice and crunchy, with a soft center. Brings back such memories. He wasn't too picky back then, but he always loved his sweets like this. Said sugar was good brain food. Memories, huh? Now that I think about it, this country has a pretty distinct food culture. Did he teach them all that too? No. Yamato's cuisine arose on its own. I taught them agriculture and the use of simple seasonings, but they did not ask for culinary knowledge. It seems they wish for more practical things. Of course, even had they asked me, I would have a little to offer. I'm certainly no chef. Yeah, I guess he didn't know anything about cooking back then. I sneak a small glance at Honoka. As for my sister-in-law, she was a brilliant scientist too, but her culinary skills were, I can almost hear Honoka's neck straining as she pointedly avoids eye contact. For a while, we talk about the simpler things, enjoying the green tea poured for us by Honoka. Even knowing these two are my brother and sister-in-law from the past, we act the same way. As usual, I talk about my boring everyday life, and my brother and Honoka happily listen to me. Time passes peacefully here, as it always does. Hey, could you tell me why you decided to invade Tuskud? Smile fades from my brother's face, and Honoka's gentle expression clouds. Are you disappointed in me for starting this invasion? No, I know politics is dirty work, but this is you we're talking about. There's gotta be a reason. What I want to know is why. How very like you. I suppose you have the right and responsibility to know then. You are aware of the region known as the Onkamayamukai, with Tuskud. The Holy Land, where the one who calls itself a god sleeps. But when I probed further, I found that the land is filled with myths, legends, and all manners of mysteries. All the information I gathered led me to one conclusion. Wait, you mean... Yes, there is most likely a grand ruin located within that region. And I've come to believe that it may contain the answer I seek. In order to find that out, I must first take control of Tuskud. Why go to war? Couldn't we just have negotiated with them and gotten them to cooperate? Kamyu and Aradu seem friendly enough. If we try to talk things over, maybe we could. Negotiations have come to no avail. For the people of Tuskud, the Onkamayamukai is a forbidden land. It would never allow outsiders such as ourselves within its boundaries. Moreover, years ago, a massive war racked the nation over control of the power slumbering within those lands. If they will not allow us in, I have no choice but to take it by force. Haku, each and every one of us has one thing that they refuse to sacrifice. The only way for you to realize your goal is to crush those who oppose you. You should know this well, for we are all the same, as people, and we humans. I will only wanted to accomplish what I still can before you succeed me. That is all. This will be my final act of selfishness. As the old man before me smiles, I see a flash of my brother behind his eyes. There's nothing more I can say in response. What's this pill for? It's something like a new antibiotic I developed. Uh-huh. No need to worry, you are the first human test subject, but I've run all the simulations. I guarantee it's safe to take. That's not what I'm talking about. Is this all really necessary for us? I'm actually starting to question all this too. I understand your sense of duty and all, but... You say this now. If we humans can't adapt to this environment, then history ends with us. If this experiment is successful, I want you to become the first hope for all of humanity. No, you will do it. You will be a new hope for all of us. Bro, please. Fine. Just need to take this pill and lie down here, right? Yes. Now then, let's get started. Yeah. The treatment will take some time, but to you it shouldn't feel very long. It'll be like a short nap. There'll be a whole new world waiting for you when you wake up. Getting kinda sleepy. All will look at you with envy. Yes, we will create true humanity with this. You will become the true. Yes, you are the first and the last hope. What did you just say? And I want you to create the future you desire. And the last. You think this will be enough? Kyoto seems nervous, packing his luggage onto the cart. That ought to be fine, yeah? All the military supplies have arrived at the port, so all that remains is our own luggage. The port? I thought we were going to take a carriage all the way over. It's difficult to reach Tusker by land, so we will set out from a port near the imperial capital. Huh. So Minato means port? Does that mean that, yeah, Minato's port, okay. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that finally... I understand why... Okay. That's a neat word. That's a neat name. After that, we stop in Shariro to supply, then head straight to Tusker. Saharo? That was your homeland, right, Miss Atsui? That's right. If we had the time, I'd love to give you all the grand tour. Oh, what a shame. Morning of our departure to Tusker, we talk as happily as always, making our preparations. All of us seem cheerful, maybe a little overly cheerful, as if to make up for someone's absence. The passerbyers, we must look as though we're just delivering some packages to the next town over. But our destination's nowhere close by, where we're headed. You sure about this? Huh? About what? Going to Tusker and everything. I don't know how I should say this. I can't summon the words about my brother's plans, about fighting against our friend's homeland. But as I stand there to think to myself, all of them answer without a moment's hesitation. They need supplies immediately, don't they? The situation must be dire. I hope Lady Munechika is safe. It's not a bother, love. Besides, I'm bound to find some strapping opponents in Tusker. Oshito assigned this to us, right? After all he's done for us, it'd be ungrateful to refuse. Moreover, it certainly isn't a bad idea to have them indebted to us. I highly doubt you'd be able to carry all these supplies on your own, Haku. We're all in this together, boss. I'm sticking with you till the very end.
I wish to be of service in any way I can.
何かお供
We stay with you.
どこ
We shall accompany you wherever your path takes you.
Everyone. Everyone nods as though their answer is obvious. However, I don't see Kuon among the group. Guess it can't be helped. I definitely saw this coming, but still, I can't help a sigh of disappointment. We are up against our own country after all. If I made her join us, it'd just make everything worse. The question is how I can face her when I get back. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'll be on a battlefield soon. I can't let my mind wander like this or it could cost my life. Alright, everyone. We should probably get going. I call out to everybody to try to pull myself together, but I hear a voice from behind.
勝手にどこへ行くつもりなのかな
Go on.
And now I ask where you think you're going without me, I suppose.
At the familiar voice, I turn to see behind us. Go on.
Their sister?
It isn't just Nekone and me. The others stay quiet, but their astonishment's clear. Kuon nonchalantly hands her luggage over to the jackwalt, ignoring those of us still in shock.
役とわれた
Tactwald, would you mind throwing my luggage in the cart as well?
車に乗せてく
Yeah, sure thing. Jackwalt, still looking astonished, takes Kuon's luggage in his hand. The fact that she brought her luggage means she's not here to send us off. I quickly call out. Hey, Kuon, are you?
何か
Yes.
Well, I mean, Kuon's calmness leaves me at a loss. She smiles her usual smile and asks me,
パクは
Is there some kind of problem with me joining you?
迷惑
No, it'd be a huge help if you came with us, but
さ
And that settles the matter, right?
あなら
sure you'd rather not turn in a sick note for this one? We'd even bring you souvenirs from Tuskud. I try to respond nonchalantly as well, but it's pretty obvious I'm still startled. Kuon smiles wryly.
でも
It would be terribly boring all alone. Though if you're all gone, I can't just stay in bed, can I?
パクは
Haku, if everyone has decided to go, then I'll go too.
そう
That's my
決
decision.
めたから
Yeah, and again, it's something you can control if you go. We leave the Imperial capital and head straight to the port city nearby. From there, we take a ship and head to Tuskud by ocean, just as Munichika and the others did. You know what? Looking at this map, I know what game I want to play after, as I, relax. I'm gonna start playing Civ again. As we get closer to our destination, a scent hits our noses that's hard to describe. It's the smell of the ocean. The trees by the roadside have taken strange shapes, different from the ones back home. It makes me realize how far we've gone from the Imperial capital. And I remember the capital. I remember Shinanon and the others we're leaving behind. I'm also worried about Kuon, whose face clouds more the farther we get from the capital. All that aside. It's so hot. Yeah, I heard it gets warmer in these parts. But this is way beyond warm. It's hot as hell. We've made it. Welcome back, Southeast Asia.
何なのだこの暑さはまるで蒸し風呂だ
I remember my time in Vietnam. It was fucking hot. What is this heat? It's like I'm trapped in a sauna. We wipe the sweat from our brows, looking to the sky with anguish on our faces.
そうけ
You think so? But it's such a lovely day out today.
So compared to Atsui's homeland, this heat's practically nothing.
Like, I remember stepping off the plane and immediately getting blasted by, all the humidity and all the heat. And then when I came back to, LA, stepped off the plane, it felt fucking cold and dry. It was insane how dry it felt. Stepping off that plane. I think when I went, I spent I want to say 2 months. 2 months in Vietnam. Well, around a lot of Southeast Asia when I went. So it wasn't just Vietnam that I went to. But we spent a lot of it in Vietnam. And Yeah, I got like so used to the weather there after that 2 months that when I got back to California, it was a brutal change.
Why the hell is it so hot? We haven't even gone that far south. This heat clearly isn't from simple change in latitude. What else would affect it to this degree? Are the sea currents affecting weather patterns this much? Or is it because of...
Haku, what's got you so deep in thought like that? Come on, everyone's waiting. Does he think Amaterasu's responsible for this? The world could have changed very heavily.
Kuon calls out. Maybe it's my imagination, but her chipper tone might be masking her own feelings. Not a word about Tusker since we left. Kuon's trying to avoid the subject so we don't feel guilty. Hey, Kuon.
What's the matter?
I want to make sure she's not pushing herself too hard, but I don't want to pry. Never mind. Be there in a sec. In the end, I can't bring myself to say anything. Step right up. We got cheap Shama, Ito, and Mamoshu today. Super cheap. We arrive in some kind of bazaar with merchants and shops of all sorts, full of activity and life. All of us forget the heat for a moment, gazing around in awe at the unfamiliar sights. Hey there, pretty lady. We got some real sweet rintan fruits right now. Why not try one? The shouts of the merchants fill the air.
Oh wow, look at the hustle and bustle. It almost feels like I'm back home.
Your hometown's like this place.
This port is governed by Atoi's father, Lord Soyan Kakuru. Little wonder that it resembles Shahoro.
I see. So you're used to sights like this then, Atoi. It's as lively as the market in the imperial capital, but everyone seems a bit more aggressive.
Its items on offer here are much different.
Deditia looks around with clear interest in the products lining the shops, muttering to herself. A strange fish that I've never seen before. Colorful apparel and accessories. What grabs my attention though are those huge fruits. I need both arms to carry one. They're bright orange and they give off an alluring sweet scent that fills the area. Yeah, I just noticed the Japan architectural building on top of the ship. We're talking fantasy cruise liner. Wonder what that is. Are they gonna pack that stuff in the ship?
You've got eyes on those, have you, love? Well spotted. This fruit's actually a vital tool for any seafarer. I see. It's our source of vitamin C. Our scurvy prevention. The rintan fruit. I've read of this. It's used to hydrate at sea when drinking water is scarce. Oh, clever cogs, Neko. The fruit has lots of sweet juice and it stays fresh for days and days. That's why we often load a ship up with those instead of plain old water. Why don't you just load up on a lot of water then? Wouldn't that work just as well? It's sad though. It doesn't take that long before water spoils, pet, so we rely on the fruits a lot more. Oh, right, because you would need something to like keep the water from getting stagnant. I'm thinking I shouldn't drink those water bottles in my trunk. Huh? Water spoils? What do you mean? Does the water taste bad? Alright. I suppose Kyojin is cold enough that you don't have to worry about that. We can't have our water out in the sunlight for too long or it gets undrinkable. Spoils like milk. I had no idea that was possible. Well, it makes sense. I bet water never spoils where you're from. And the capital has running water. Atoi is right. There is absolutely no shame in not knowing how to handle water situations on a ship. Yeah, water bottles in the car. The direct sunlight plus the microplastics. If I finish that pack, I will have enough plastics in my body to form like 7 credit cards. Yep, that's about it. Oh, this must be the fruit we ate while traveling at sea. I was wondering how they kept it so fresh. But the flavor was a little, well... I think the one you had might have been a touch overripe, Kuon. Overripe? Hey mister, could me and my friends have a piece of rintan each?
Right you are! We all get our slices of rintan and take a bite out of them. Huh. Has a unique flavor. Kinda sweet, kinda sour. It's pretty good.
Yes, I see why they use it for hydration purposes. It's extraordinarily juicy.
Ugh, brings back memories. I used to eat tons of these back when I was cruising around the sea.
It's very sweet and sour, but it's quite delicious. Oh, I don't know why, but it's a similar taste, but a little different from what I remember. It felt much thicker, much sweeter than this. Huh. I suppose it's not bad. Okay, grab me another one. Understood. This one seems to be at peak ripeness. Doubtless the ideal time for consumption. What is this? It tastes like liquor. Guess you got an overripe one too, no city. The riper the dintan fruit gets, the more its contents ferment into alcohol. Kuwan and Nosiri had the ripe one, so that's what happened to the insides. Mister, which one's the ripest one you've got?
Oh, you're looking for a drink? Hold on a sec. The merchant brings out another fruit from the back of his store. This one is pretty ripe. Ain't all the way, but should be easier to drink. He opens up a hole in the fruit with a small knife and pours its contents into a bowl. Huh. What fruit would this be similar to in real life?
A large fruit that when fermented becomes alcohol. I mean, you could turn any sort of fermented liquid into alcohol, I think, no? But to ferment due to over-ripeness.
He opens up a hole in the fruit, yeah. A murky-looking liquid gradually fills the bowl.
Pretty neat, huh? As it gets ripe, the inside bits start melting in the shell. And the longer you let it sit, the better it gets. The really old ones cost a fortune.
Huh. Sounds pretty cool. I'll take a little sip if you don't mind.
Oh, Haku, make sure you save some for me. Hold it. If we're tasting liquor, you can leave it to me.
We all gather around chatting happily about the drink. It's like we never left the capital. You're all pretty carefree for folks selling off to war.
It makes me wonder if we're doing the right thing. I mean...
Worried about the boss lady, huh?
Outwardly, she yet remains unreadable. But who knows how she truly feels about all this. Yes, it does worry me.
As for my dear sister, need not worry. It has been a long time indeed since I've seen her so carefree. Doesn't seem to me as though your sister ever worries about anything, yeah? We look over to find a number of men staring at us from afar. The deputies of the Imperial Guard of the Right, correct? We have come as your guides.
Yes, that's us. And you are...
They don't immediately answer. They carefully look us up and down and like they're appraising us. Who the hell are these guys? They're dressed in fancy formal attire, like the nobles in the capital. But they're definitely not giving off the vibe of nobles. More like their demeanors are completely at odds with what they're wearing. All the men are fairly tall, about the same height as Jack Walt. Maybe not the general of eye level, but they're all pretty ripped. Thanks to that, their formal wear is stretched to the limits. Most of it looks ready to burst. Almost feels like they're being forced into these clothes. The disconnect is almost creepy. Seriously, who the hell are you guys?
Oh, love, those people are...
Just as Atoy seems to explain, it happens. I hear a rumbling in the earth, and I see something closing in on us with incredible speed.
Oh, I heard it all the way. That's Atui. Is it Papa?
Atoi gives a sigh of resignation, her shoulders drooping as she notices.
What a good Papa.
From beyond the road, I see a giant scruffy man charging towards us, a massive dust cloud in his wake. Oh, how I missed you! The man uses his momentum to bound high into the air, then descend on Atoi like an unkempt hawk.
Oh, what's all this?
Oh? Oh, Atoi, my Atoi, how have you been? The man clutches Atoi in a ferocious hug, rubbing his cheeks happily against hers.
Talk about DILF.
This man is clearly an this is clearly an emergency, but it's such a weird one that we're all frozen in place, bewildered.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it, Papa? Papa?
Atoi's father, Soyan Kekuru, the mariner. He seems pretty different from what I saw when I saw him before. Oh, Atui, you left home without so much as a goodbye. I was so worried, sick about you,
Papa.
This feeling in my arms. It brings back so many memories.
Yeah, Moe, of course.
Papa,
would you stop? Your stubble's getting all scratchy when you do that.
I rushed over as fast as I could when I heard you arrived.
Wait, it's getting worse, Papa. That hurts.
You must have been so lonely out on your own. But now you're back. You can stay by my side forever and ever and ever and ever.
Okay, I mean, comes a point, right? He said it hurts. Atoi seems to have had enough and thwacks the man's head with the butt of her spear. The man doesn't even flinch. He just keeps beaming at Atoi. You're the same as always, Papa.
Well now, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Soyeon Kekuru. As you might have figured out, I'm the proud father of dear little Atui here. Soyeon Kekuru the Mariner. After that, I think it was a joke, but he does have the aura of a general. He's not enormous or anything, but he's lean with a lot of muscle, kind of like Oshito or Mikazuchi. And it's proof. She's smiling, but her tail is swaying at the same time. She's being cautious and wary. Now you must be Haku. I've heard a lot about you from all Atui's letters. The way I hear it, Atui's relied on you quite a bit while she was staying in the Imperial capital. Well, I suppose I better extend my gratitude in Atui's stead, Or, hey, pleasure to finally make your acquaintance, Haku.
Likewise. I hesitantly take the offered hand as he grins broadly, showing off his pearly white teeth. We like an overbearing Papa.
He doesn't seem like a bad person, just, how do I put it, a tad overbearing? Now I think I understand why Atui hasn't talked about her family before. Now then, boy, let's move on to a more important topic.
Soyeon Kekuru continues the conversation, my hand still trapped in his.
What is exactly the relationship between you and my Atui? That's more important than that's the more important topic?
Well, me and him? I suppose he's a very special person to me, aren't you, love? You know, we don't keep secrets from each other. Someone I can speak freely with, like that.
I guess you could say that. It's more like I listen to you vent whenever you get rejected.
Soyeon Kekuru's smile abruptly twists, his face hardening at his daughter's words.
Atui.
Oh, and sometimes we meet up for drinks and go at it until morning, just non-stop.
What? Go at it, huh?
His grip instantly intensifies.
Haku, seems like you've been taking more care of my daughter than I thought. I think there's been a misunderstanding. Holy crap, how is his hand that strong? It's like I'm being crushed in a vice. No, really. By go at it, she just means we drink until the morning. It's not like we're...
Now that I think about it, you and Atoi do go out on your own a lot late at night.
Look, the ambiguous commentary isn't helping.
Another servant. She is a new member that also serves her master. You disgust me. Nunatia! No! Nunatia!
I see. Let's have a little chat, you and I, and we can talk about everything you've been doing in excruciating detail. Look, I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong.
I look to Atoi for some help. She seems totally unaware of where this conversation's gone, waving back with a cheery smile.
Alright, can't you take a hint? Let's you and I take a little walk, eh, Haku?
It's so over. He's about to throw me into the pier. Later that day, with enough explanation and desperation, he finally believes that we were only drinking.
Atui, but we've never stayed up all night enjoying fine drink and fine banter. although I'm not sure if he's totally convinced yet. We arrive at the harbor with Soya and Kakut as our guide. So, how do you like her? You're looking at my pride and joy, my castle. He brings us to a massive ship far beyond the scale of any other boats docked here. It's no metaphor. Refantasio? The ship is practically a castle in its own right. This thing is huge. A real beauty, isn't she? Aye, she's my castle, the finest prize my liege could offer me. The Poruruhana. The Poruruna. She and I will see you a lot safely to Tuskud.
Huh? Wait, you're coming with us, Papa?
Naturally. Why wouldn't I handle this personally? It was a favor asked of me by Lord Oshtor himself. Come on, it's clearly you're only doing this because Atui's here. I guess it makes sense though. Atui's the princess of Shahoro. Figures she'd have escorts. Large number of sailors rush to and fro, loading up the ship with crate after crate of supplies. We'll be departing soon.
What orderly and swift movements. It's almost refreshing to see such efficient command. I suppose you aren't Soya and Kakut for the mariner for nothing. My father praises you as a worthy rival.
Not even Kuon can hide her awe at the expertise of their well-trained sailors. Her gloom seems to have faded. Should be ready before the sun reaches its zenith. Just a bit longer until we set out. We're counting on you to get us there in one piece. Oh, no worries, chum. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. After all, it'll all be smooth sailing from here. Get it?
I don't get it.
This dad joke quality pun, the men around us all laugh heartily along with him. Anyways, we're about ready to leave port. Tuscan, huh? Marichika, Mano. Hope they're alright.
I'm always in awe of why Soyan doesn't say anything about Nosude's comment. Yeah, you know what? Rival my dad? Run it back? My father praised you as a worthy rival. Huh? Is Nosude's dad like one of the great pirates of the seven seas?
Sir!
A raucous response from the crew erupts as the ship is unmoored. All the sails raise and unfurl and the ship begins to drift out to sea.
Our destination! Shahoro!
Okay. I think if I don't read any further, this is probably a good place to like pause it for the day. Because it is getting a bit late. We had a late start, so I ran it a bit later again. But it is coming on 12 on a Sunday night. So I think that is going to do it for me tonight. We're just going to get jumped. It's going to turn out we've been playing Pirate Yakuza this whole time. We met Atui Papa. Atui Papa is very, very good. But that being said, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. For everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around, thank you. Always appreciate the company. Yeah, my dog really wants to get out too. So yeah. Yeah, we'll try and take it easy. I want to get better. I don't sound like outwardly sick right now. But if I don't take care of myself, I think I'm going to have like weeks of like coughing and shambles ahead of me. So we will do our best. Yeah, anyways, GG's. Thank you. Yeah, I'll figure out the schedule for next week. I might end up posting it tomorrow though. Just so I can actually maybe try and get some sleep. But yeah, GG's. We'll probably stream tomorrow. Peace.